imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. DJ Skinny. They not for rap. Let's go. Respect the DJ.
Slip and slide DJ.
My imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. Man, they not for around here. I think it's an invasion.
Greetings, Earthlings. This is my introduction. They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing. Spaced out swag, best believe I'm paper touching. Super stupid flow, and you bitches can't tell them nothing. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand. UFO, uniquely flying, outstanding. All I speak is cash, I see why you don't understand me. Got a sense for drama, so I always keep the cannon. This is the invasion, so watch out for our landing. Standing tall, never too far. Spring and summer fashion, bro, I get it in the fall. Y'all about to start hating, and I don't mind at all. I'm a thriller like MJ, and my flow is off the wall.
Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. They not from around here. I think it's an invasion. Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. Man, they not from around here. I think it's an invasion.
Greetings, Earthlings. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I am Wallow. I live life like there's no tomorrow. Chris King, KGNOOB. What homes you ain't know? We're UFO. Cargo, khakis, polos, and fresh kicks. That's the definition of what the cargo kids is. SOS, yes, spaced out swagger. I never do anything right, I'm backwards. I'm so galactic, so erratic. You niggas on my old swag, you can have it. The world is mine and your girl is too. So do us a favor, make room for the crew. Wow.
Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. They not from around here. I think it's an invasion. Who they? They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. I think it's an invasion. Man, they not from around here. I think it's an invasion.
They say greatness doesn't come overnight, so I'm not rushing.
And we live, baby. Welcome to the mothership, bitches. How you doing? This is B. This is the WhoDat podcast, the livest podcast this side of the Mississippi and the Nile River. That means everywhere. How you doing? You made it another week. Congratulations, you're not dead. Proud of you. How you feel? We'll get to that. Paco, as always.
What's up, Captain of the ship? How y'all doing?
How you doing, man?
Good. I'm good. What about yourself?
I feel great. It's a nice Sunday. The weather's good. It's supposed to rain, and it didn't.
Right.
So I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood.
My rates go up in the summer. Warm weather. Behave, y'all. Everybody behave. Enjoy it. Don't fuck it up for everybody.
And control those hot girl summers.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Hot girl summers equal pregnant winters equal baby daddies.
Springs. Baby Daddy Springs.
Right.
But look, we got another guest on the show this week. We have abducted another Earthling to join us on the mothership. We have from Yoda Kicks, Grailz Incorporated founder. He is one of the most eclectic, deep brothers that I know when it comes to doing things for the culture that actually can move the culture, like actually tapping into those interests that is across the culture. It's not just in one avenue. He's done short films. He has his own podcast. He's done art shows. Like that's where I first met him. I put in his art exhibit. Yep. You know what I mean? So brother has always been doing things that are interesting, that are forward moving. You know what I mean? So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to AB, Mr. Albert Burris. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for
coming
up on the
for real, man. Appreciate that, man.
Joining us on the mothership today.
Yeah, that's love, man. That's an honor, man. Love that introduction, man. That's for real, man. Got me feeling special, man.
Man,
Appreciate
for real,
that, dog.
for real. First time we
man.
met, you was doing an art show, and I hadn't really put anything out like art wise, photography wise. Nobody knew I was doing photography yet or anything. It was my very first time showing the public that I take pictures, that I edit, that I do anything, and I was like super artsy with it. Like it was the type of thing you gotta turn your head to look at. And he let me come, and I was so nervous.
So it was his show.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the Arts Guild, man.
Yeah,
At the Arts Guild.
Nice.
I was so nervous, I didn't even hang it up. I just left my artwork on this little random table.
Yeah,
You remember that?
I remember that, but you also spit a dope poem too, a spoken
Yeah.
word
Nice.
joint. You
That
did
was
a
my
spoken word
that
joint.
was my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I left all the art just on the
Yeah.
table, and like if you
Yeah.
walk past, you're like, whose is that? But inside though, we had the poetry going.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of dope people, man, at that event, man. Shout out to Juice, they helped out too.
Shout out Juice.
You know, that's the first time I met Anson too.
For real?
Anson,
Oh,
man.
man,
Tess had his art there. Q, Michael Mucker.
Yup.
Hey,
Yup.
a lot of did you? I got Michael Mucker hanging in my living room.
Man,
I
Michael,
got
that's
Michael
my
Moore at the house.
Yes.
Michael, man.
Bro.
Yeah, super talented,
Dude.
underrated, most underrated artist in Nashville.
Like his
Oh man, yes. I'll go further than
that
that. Like
particular art he had, Brandon. If you remember that, he had his mom hair
yeah.
on the artwork. Like,
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, like how it was, man. But that event was dope, man. It was just it was amazing, man. I didn't expect the turnout to be like that. I was just humble, man, grateful, man,
It was very much needed. It was one of those things where you didn't know it could happen here.
Yeah.
Like when I'm telling y'all, like for real.
Yeah.
He does things where you're like, oh snap, I didn't know that somebody was like interested, like somebody would actually care enough. You know what I mean? Like and then you see it done, you're like, man, we needed that.
Yeah.
Glad that happened. You know what I mean? I want to real quick talk about your short film that y'all did, the Mad Sneakerhead.
The Mad Sneakerhead, man.
Like,
that's a classic, man. I love that one. Shout out to Jupe, man. Jupe starred in it.
Yeah.
He was like the main character in it, in the Mad Sneakerhead. Shout out to Jay Lee. She did the behind the scenes work, as far as the camera work.
Nice.
Shout out to TT, because we shot at his shot at finishing touch in the back.
Shout out TT.
Yeah, but the Mad Sneakerhead basically revolved around the Mad Rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the skits on Biggie and Bad Boy?
Right.
And I was a fan of those skits back then. You know, that's when I had skits. So we was like, how about we do something around the sneaker culture when it comes to mad sneaker? Because there's a lot of mad sneakerheads, you know, especially during that time frame. And now, like,
now
it's craziness. You know, they don't like the resellers. They don't like the apps. They don't like this and that. They don't like, they don't like a lot of stuff. So I was like, how about, man, it's craziness. So me and Jupe, we both worked on it. And it was like, man, I was like, how about you be the Mad Sneakerhead? He was like, all right, cool. So, and I was the interviewer. Yeah. So I was interviewing him. And, man, and it was great, man. It came out to great response. We actually, we went to Oregon because of that film. We actually won a film festival. It was this event called Sneaker Week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Sneaker Week. And Penn Sol Academy, one of the guys who worked there named Herbert, he worked in their marketing department, I believe, but he's created Sneaker Week to bring a bunch of people who love sneakers, but also incorporate art, hip hop, because all that intertwines.
Yeah.
You know, it all intertwines. So
Definitely.
they had a film festival week and had people submit their films, and all the films revolve around sneakers and stuff or art. And we got chosen. We won, man. I mean, really, that was Columbia to actually got us into that because people had to vote.
Yeah.
And I put it on Facebook, Instagram, and a lot of people from the city, man, just from the Middle Tennessee area. Supported, man. And we got selected. So I was like, man, we got to go out there. So we went. And we won, man. We won. It was like a $500 prize, and we won out there.
So how was that feeling? That feeling of winning? You know,
like getting selected first, then all right, we gotta go. So now we flying to Oregon. You get there, then you win it.
You win it, man. It was, man. I was just blessed and humble, man, to just go out there and, you know, for us to win that joint, man, and just have that belief, you know. And it was like me and Juke was like, yo, we can't believe we actually here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then after the event, it's like people coming up to us like, okay, who are y'all? You know, and this is a story I never told, but it was this guy. He was cool with Adidas rep. He was like, yo, you want to go to Adidas? He was telling me and Juke that, and cat named Ego. Shout out to Ego. He got a marketing coming out of. He from New York, and we was like, man, we actually got a meeting with Nike. We got a meeting with Nike, and a big reason was because of my brother. He's real cool with the vice president, and he was like, my brother's out there. He got short films, got a company called Grailz, revolves around sneakers. He was like, yo, bring him in. So it was Adidas or Jordan or Nike. I was like, we take Nike. So
don't make the same mistake Magic
made.
Magic
made.
We took Converse.
So we went with Nike, man. But Adidas, man, is, you know, shout out to Adidas, man. A lot of good folks up there, and they doing a great job when it comes to the creators. Like, they really geared towards the creators.
For real.
Like, I love
like
that
what they're
aspect.
putting out
I
with
love
that human line with
Pharrell and you know what Ye is doing, and Beyonce, like they really about the creators. That's what I love about Adidas. But yeah, man, went to Nike, man, and toured. They gave us a tour. We toured the whole facility. That was craziness, bro. I'm like, it's a company, you know, nigga spend bread on, you know what I'm saying? You know, admire and stuff. But we seen everything, man. Then we had a meeting with the vice president. We met the vice president and the president, and the vice president. They both black, like what really, like, it wasn't shocking. Like, I heard, like, it's a lot of minorities at Jordan Brand and Nike, but really Jordan Brand, and they got their own facility. But like, the vice president is black, the president is black. Since Jordan Brand started, being both black vice presidents. They ain't never had no black person who wasn't high leadership.
All right, Jordan.
So yeah, man. So that was really
that's
dope.
better than Hov. Hov had his own company. They showed the picture.
Man,
Hov was the only black person in the picture.
The only one. Him and Beyonce.
Yeah, man. So so that was dope, man. And just hearing, you know, just the stories, and they just liked our stuff, man. But it was real when it's like, yo, you got to put out more, you know, content and stuff like that. But it was like, we love what you're doing. And like, we went and took a meeting, we didn't. So, you know, we stayed in contact with them, man. And it was like, okay, like, if I was able to sit in the room with Howard White, who was the vice president, this is the mentor to Michael Jordan.
Right.
So I could sit in the room with anyone then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is the same room that Jordan sits in. So
I can definitely get that.
Yeah, man. So the Mad Sneakerhead was a big reason for that.
People feel like to reach those levels, it's so hard to get there, but those people are one email away.
Yeah,
you know, it's you just have to make sure the email gets to them. There's gatekeepers, and once you jump them gatekeepers, or you find a way that the gatekeepers can't stop you, you Trojan horse your way through there, you're right there in the meeting.
You got to figure that avenue out, though.
Right.
Exactly.
You got to figure it out.
Right. You got to find your Trojan horse.
Yeah, and that depends on the market you in.
Yeah.
What got you into deciding, like, I'm going to do sneakers? Like, of course, it came from a young age.
Yeah.
But at what point were you like, you know what? I'm going to make a brand. And this is how I'm...
So when I officially started, it was in high school, my senior year. It's when I was about to graduate. And I did, like, custom shirts, you know, 2 custom shirts, but they got huge feedback. You know,
I did the custom
at
shirts
school.
in high school.
Yeah, I think everybody was doing the airbrush to camera.
Yeah.
So this when
I swear,
this when Shady Brook had the, you remember they had
airbrush?
I actually went there. I was like, yo, I got this idea. And it was a Jordan shirt when he was taking his last shot with the Bulls when he retired the second time from the Bulls. And it was some shoes that matched it. It was called The Last Shots, and it got like a huge feedback. So I was like, okay. Then I did another one with Spike and Mike on it. You know, it had like airbrush stars and stuff like that on it. And it went right with the they did a shoe for Spike Lee character called Mars Blackmail for Do the Right Thing.
Oh yeah.
It was
Mars Blackmail.
Yeah.
That's
Mars.
inspiration.
Man.
We about to get to that.
Okay.
I had to wait before I got to that one.
Love that though. Love Spike, man. And and when we did, and I did that, I was like, okay, you know what? How about I just create a brand for this? And I reached out to my friend, shout out to my homie E, aka Clipper E. But Clipper E is actually like the co-founder of Grailz with me.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And he's I love sneakers. I love the culture. I love everything. But this man knowledge is on another level. He helped me really get into sneakers when I was in middle school. Yeah. Like him and my brother, but he was a big part of that too. So I gotta mention that. So and he's a like-minded individual. So I was like, okay, let's create this. So we started. Then I went to school. He went to barber school. Kind of got lost in translation. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, both creative, but just when you go to school, you start doing new stuff. Yeah. You just get lost in it. But I always had a passion. So I was like, when I came back from Chattanooga from school, I was like, okay, I want to really go all the way in. I want to create a portal, like nothing for sneaker aficionados, people who have a passion for the culture, really love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's much more than just sneakers. You know what I'm saying? It's how sneakers make someone feel. You know what I'm saying? Right. You want to make sure you give out authentic information. I always want to educate people. So I was like, it's people who might not be fond of sneakers. That's cool. But I know everyone loves to laugh. Yeah. So my short films, I was like, let me combine comedy in it to bring the people in it. You know what I'm saying? But also have a hidden message in each project. Right. You know, about, for example, wear what you want to wear. You don't have to be the Nike. You don't have to be the Adidas. If you see some Converses, they're dope. Rock them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Or I grabbed the old Soldier Rees just for nostalgia reasons. You know what I mean?
Yo, you can't go wrong. Coming from Columbia and just the Columbia, Spring Hill area, Middle Tennessee area, those are legendary. You know what I'm saying? Them Soldier Rees is legendary, man. I just bought some Reebok classes that had like some suede on them, and they like a cream color with the gum sole. And they're comfortable. Gum
sole is my favorite. Yeah, we gonna get into that.
And even aesthetics aside, a good shoe can make or break your day. Yeah, there's nothing worse than going to hit the town in an uncomfortable shoe.
Man, oh my gosh, agreed.
It's awful. That's awful. I rock Converses to all of my film gigs, my photography gigs, because number one, I know if I got to do some stuff and they're going to get dirty, I can throw them right in the washer. Yep. They're comfortable.
Changed my life.
If you got the all black pair, you can wear that with dress clothes.
You can.
You can wear it with dress clothes and nobody bats an eye.
Nobody.
Dude, when I realized you could throw them in the washer and I could still outrun my friends in their J's, I'm leaving my J's in the house. Oh, yeah. I'm not coming outside with y'all to get into these shenanigans with these my good shoes.
The Chucks, man. Shout out to my man TF, man. I had the guest TF on my show. He's from the West Coast, man. I got to sing out his music. Dope. He affiliated with Schoolboy Q and stuff, man. And I had him on the show. He's from Watts. And I was asking about Chucks. I'm like, Chucks is a staple out on the West Coast. And I told him, like, yo, I never had a pair of Chucks. Like, I actually never had a pair, but I always respect Chucks and just what they did for the culture and just a dope sneaker. Like, my daughter got Chucks.
Yeah, my wife got Chucks. It's just the most simple sneaker you can, like, the silhouette of a Chuck is the, when they first were thinking of sneakers, they drew it
Chucks,
up. Man. All right, we'll go with this.
A pair of Chucks I only wear on the 4th of July, and they're American flag Chucks. They never touch my feet. No time of the year. They need to be washed, but every 4th of July, no matter what I got on.
Because with that silhouette they can put any fabric.
You can put any colorway. It's like how the Jordan 1s is now. Like with the Chucks, you could do any color blocking. Red is dope. Blue, all white ones. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go just to another level with the Chucks, man. Like it's a very, very just dope model. And I love high tops. And they high tops.
I love the high top. And
Yeah.
then some high tops don't work. Some high tops, like when I look at if y'all looked at like luxury shoes like Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, and types of
Gucci's,
I think
stuff
those
like
are
that.
ugly as shit when they do the high tops though. Low tops they can kind of if they do the silhouette
I get what
right,
you're saying,
like that style. But all the high top like luxury shoes just look ugly. as
I'm
hell.
not a high top Air Force.
Really.
Wow.
Really?
I like the
Really?
lows.
The
man.
lows.
I mean, lows work. I got some lows too, but
Right.
but
Lows.
the high top with the extra strap.
I
with
do love the
strap,
highs,
I
I
love
ain't
the
gonna lie.
strap.
Yeah.
But you know, real Parker, you know, a lot of people don't like the highs like that. You know, the highs is big like in the Midwest.
That's okay.
Like in the Michigan and stuff like that. A lot of people wear the highs, like Rasheed Wallace when he played for Detroit. He had the high tops.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's why I like
I love it. I was a Rasheed fan too.
Bruh,
man,
he out there,
I love
goddamn.
the highs. I will say the lows though, Paco, I ain't gonna front, man. I bought multiple pair of Air Force Ones, some lows and high tops. Them lows is
Yes.
yeah, man.
Absolutely.
It's just something about the lows.
If it's the whites, I get the high top,
Yeah.
and if it's black, I get lows.
Yeah.
Like,
See, but
yeah,
Hey.
also the older we get, we're not having the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The high
facts.
tops for the little ankle support too. I ain't ran in 2 or 3 months. I haven't run. When the last time you ran?
I haven't ran it, man. It's been a long time.
Think
Paco.
about that.
No, it's real.
You know,
Right.
you can
Right.
rock a low top. I ain't running
can't.
nowhere.
You can't.
You got to pay me to.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to pay me to run.
Oh man.
All right, so I do want to talk about Mars Blackman
Okay.
and Spike Lee, but also how did films impact like your love for sneakers? Because I really got my first understanding of shoes are important from Do the Right Thing when bro was running and stepping on my man Jay.
Bungalow, man.
And he chased him down, and the way that he was bugging out about it, bug out. The way that
Bug
he
out.
was-
My fault. Bug out. I said bungalow. Bug out.
The way
I gotta
bug
think
out was
about that.
going off is like that was like that first moment I can remember that
Yeah.
informed me like, all right, can't nobody step on my shoes. Like shoes are important. All right, can't nobody step on my shoes.
Right.
Because like later on he got a toothbrush, and I was just like. Toothbrush is only for your mouth.
Yes.
He's dedicating a toothbrush to
Yes.
cleaning the shoes.
Yes.
Oh, can't nobody step on my shoes?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so what movies or like, Mars Blackmore, how did that impact you and your love for
Yo, great question, by the way, man. Spike, man, is a huge inspiration for me. He is an inspiration for me to get into films, you know. But like when it comes to him combining both cultures, when it comes to Hollywood and sneakers, it was revolutionary, man. For me, it was so dope. And like seeing Do the Right Thing for the first time when I was young, I was like, yo, he got I was like, what's these? You know, I was young. My brother was like, these the 4s, the Jordan 4s, the White Simmons ones. I was like, these is fly. Well, they are fly, yo. And as a kid, you know, I wasn't really picking up to it. But later in life, when I watched it again and watched his films, I was like, they all have a correlation. Like, he have sneakers. It's going to be in there.
Somewhere.
Right? It's going to be in there somewhere. And
yes, higher learning and everything.
Higher learning.
He's gonna just throw it.
He's gonna throw it.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw it, man. His influence just reached far beyond. Like, it was so authentic. It wasn't like on no culture vulture type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you could
He
tell
was bringing it to you.
it was genuine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, huge impact, man. Just all his films had some type of He Got Game had the foams in it. You know what I'm saying? He had the 13.
I forgot about He Got Game. I almost slammed the table.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Like that was so dope. They don't even call it the 13, call it He Got Games. Like from Spike, man. But yeah, like
he really has changed.
he changed it, man. Mars Blackman, that character was just dope, dog. It was
Like
dope.
he just embodied. I love that, because we all say how Michael Jordan was like that first athlete that was able to transcend the game.
Yeah.
But the way that of course he needed Spike Lee, but Spike Lee needed Mars Blackman.
Yeah,
That
Mars
Mars Blackman character is I think without that character, the Jordan brand wouldn't have got so much of a cult following.
Yes.
Because Mars Blackman embodied the people that gave us, like, I have to get these shoes, and once I get them, you can't tell me nothing. I came outside knowing I'm fly.
Yep.
I came out here just for confirmation. That's it. I don't need anybody like.
Yep.
He just had that enthusiasm about it to where, as good as Mike was on the court, it wasn't like Magic Johnson, he's great on the court. It was like, I have to be fly and wear what that guy is doing because that Mars Blackman character justified it. You know what I mean? I love seeing it.
I agree,
my
man.
mom had me watching that when I was very little.
Man. Mars Blackman was. It was the bridge, man. Like you're right. Like Jordan was great on the court, but you need those people off the court that's going to push it.
Ambassador.
Like he was a big part of that Jordan brand, and not only that, when he did the commercial, the threes, that sneaker was like that saved Jordan brand, and I feel like those commercials helped save Jordan. Nike
saved it.
It saved it, man. Like what Jordan was thinking about leaving Nike after his second official shoe because he was injured. And a lot of people wasn't really feeling the Jordan 2s. Now, at that time, like you mentioned the Jordan 2s, a lot of people like, you know what?
It was in there.
They getting buzzed now, the hype, because the late, great Virgil, he did his collaboration. Now, Jordan Brand is pushing the 2s. But besides that, people wasn't big on the 2s. I love the 2s. But, and some of the designers love Nike. Like Peter Moore left Nike. And they went with I think went with Adidas, if I'm not mistaken.
All around in that same
time. So the person who designed the ones left.
Wow. So it's really looking like
bro. Jordan because Jordan wasn't
that.
just sold on Nike originally. You know, he liked the Converse.
I remember that.
And
so he was still hesitant after that.
He was still hesitant, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm injured because of these shoes. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't have the Jordan logo. You had the Jumpman on the first one, but you took the logo out the second one. And it's like, if you're trying to really push this brand, you need that logo on it.
Yes. So now you're trying to take mine back from me, and I done got hurt.
Yeah, it got hurt. So the threes, man, Tinker Hatfield designed them, and he designed.
Shout out to the legend.
Yeah, Tinker. You know, So with him, Spike, helped push Jordan Brand to another level, man. And Mars represented the streets. He was from the streets, from Brooklyn.
Yes.
He let you know he was from Brooklyn.
Yes.
So he represented the
big
streets.
Name plates.
So exactly.
Can we bring those back?
Man, those big
name plates, man.
And the streets rocked with him. So it was like, okay, you got Mars Blackman. Yeah, I gotta get this sneaker, man. And the sneaker was just fly too, man. But yeah, man, great
Mars
point.
Blackman saved Nike.
Yeah, man. For real.
How much
That needs to
would
be a
you
documentary.
say a sneakerhead spends on shoes a year?
Ooh, that could vary, dog. I mean, cause a lot of people that I talk to in the culture, man, they spend a lot. So, man, it could go to over. I would say, to be real, maybe for some 100,000.
Get the fuck out of here.
For real, 100,000 or more. People could spend 100,000 or more on sneakers, dog.
Shit. In a year.
Yeah, in a year.
Shit.
Like in a year, they could do that.
Now, is this just holding them and collecting them, or is this an exchange where I've spent this, I've made this investment, I'm about to flip these into this? Like, how would your definitive sneakerhead, are they collecting or are they wheeling dealing? Which one?
So you got both. You got people that just collecting, just keep in their status. They don't wear them that much at all. Might not even wear them. Might be just dead style. They don't touch them.
Right. Like that episode of Fat Joe when he was licking the bottles.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Yeah. Then you have people, man, who is sneakerheads, and they buy them, flip them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Resell. So you have two different spectrums, man, of it.
What you think about the resellers and that whole side culture? Yeah,
Yeah.
subgenre to.
I don't really have a problem with it, to be honest, man. A lot of people have problems with it.
Yes,
I could understand. I could see why it is some people who is doing it the wrong way. I might not agree with it.
Right.
I can't
like how those new Yeezys come out and the way that people go about getting those. Sometimes it's like, all right, man, you kind of taking
exactly,
the
man.
thrill out
The
of
thrill,
this. Yeah,
like people just taking pictures like with 100 pair. Like,
yeah,
come on now,
what
you
you
taking away from the common person who's really trying to get them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I could understand that argument.
Now, does that drive the market up for the shoe?
Yes.
Okay.
Drive it all the way
way.
up, man.
All
All
the
the way up.
That resale culture, as successful as the Yeezy brand is already, just because like how comfortable and everything you hear about them and all that resale culture is probably has doubled the popularity. Bro.
Yeah.
So like when they estimate value and he starts talking, I'm worth $9 billion and everything. Like that's not just based off of what he's made for. It's just the what is it when you waiting on the album, the anticipation.
Yeah, the anticipation.
Every single thing
Yeah.
that comes out, every shoe that comes out from him, is that resale culture. Is
The
just
resale is it's on another level, man. Like,
Real.
but you know what? I can't knock their hustle.
You
You know what I'm saying?
It's hustlenomics.
I can't knock it. I will say the resale have opened doors for many young entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say that, you know,
Right.
especially
True.
black entrepreneurs, you know,
That's
black
what
and
they don't talk
brown.
about.
They don't talk about that. So, you know, they doing something that's legal. It's like the legal drug game, I say now, man. It really
Right.
is.
Real
you know?
shit.
It's the
It's
legal
the-
drug
that's-
game.
what are they
man.
called?
For
Big
real.
facts.
Yeah.
It's the Delta 8 of
Yeah,
shoes.
exactly. Like for real, man. You got kids who got
Delta 8.
cats who got like sneakers that's the equivalent of a brick, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the resale's the new retail, man. I go through the resale a lot to get my sneakers because I might have to pay more.
But you can find like
It's convenient. I don't have to stand in lines no more, and I'm getting older.
Yep.
You know, I used to stay out when I was young. I can't do that like that.
No,
man.
no.
You know?
And then when you standing there, you looking at everybody else standing there, you be like,
Yeah, you know.
and you always get that one, I'm sorry, that one kind of cornball dude that's your age.
Yeah.
You be like, am I him?
Yes.
Do I want to be
Do
him?
I wanna
No,
be
let me
here?
take my black ass home. You know
Do
what
I
I
want to
mean?
be here? Yes, exactly.
I like it because it's convenient, but also I might want a certain shoe that's just they might not just have in a cool
Right.
spring.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I mean?
right.
Type of
Right,
thing.
right.
Like if I could just find a dude online and you got it,
You got
you
it.
could just send that to me.
Is there any resellers you want to shout out? Give them
Oh
a promo.
yeah, man! I got shout out my man 23 Penny. He was on the show, man. I got a Penny Hardaway shirt on, so
Right,
go
yeah.
go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
23 Penny, man, he's one of the biggest resellers in the game.
Yeah.
And he have a store called Soho Footwear in Hendersonville.
Okay.
Wow.
Dope store, man. Actually, we shot an episode, Yo, it's the Kicks there. We did multiple joints in that store, but good dude, man. And he got a lot of heat. Man. It's a consignment store, so for example, if I got a pair of sneakers I want to sell and I can't get them off, I'll let him sell it.
Right.
Okay.
They get a percentage, I get a percentage.
Boom.
But they're
Get
dope.
some heat for that.
Get heat, man.
But that's just good business.
It's good business,
that's
though.
That's how business.
That's how it
works.
should. Like I love how he operates. Like he's
Right.
like, to me, I think he's like he's top tier. 615 Kicks is dope. Shout out to 615 Kicks, man. What I love about them, they're about the independent area. They're about like Middle Tennessee.
Cool.
Like they only sell to Middle
Grassroots.
Tennessee, though. They will come to you.
Right.
And I love that.
Grassroots.
Yeah,
Hell
grassroots,
yeah.
man.
I like that.
Yeah, shout out to Steven, man. They got a lot of dope stuff going. Red Rose Hype, that's in
Red
Antioch.
Rose Hype?
Yeah, they sell like she got a lot of exclusive joints. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of Supreme and
See, and
other
that's why I like
sneakers.
resellers. Like,
Yeah.
even though I'm not dropping that type of cash on the shoe,
Yeah.
I just like the aspect of that.
Aspect.
Like, all right, I see these over
Yeah.
here. You got those?
Yeah.
Cause I can't find them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get that.
And my man Sean too. Sean, he in Nashville. He another reseller. That's dope, man.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the show, man. He be having a lot of heat. He's in the independent area as well in Tennessee, man. But yeah, man, it's a couple, man. I'm probably missed a few, but
That's okay.
But yeah, the ones though, I
Show
shout
your
out.
love.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
they're dope, man. They really dope. So shop with those people, man.
So
Penny.
I know a lot of people they do like custom shoes. I watch a lot of the videos online with the custom art. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
seen one the other day that was like, "Hey Arnold," you know what I mean? He painted it up. Is there any artists you like to follow or anybody you recommend?
So I would say when it comes to custom kicks, so I'm not a big fan of custom kicks, I would say. I'm starting to get more into it now because of my kids.
Right.
Like you said, the Hey Arnold,
Right.
like themes like that. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to get more into it. But it is a couple cats. Like it's one name, I think his name was Shay. It's Mache. He's one of the top customizer. Like a lot of stars be going to, but he's dope.
Right.
He's very dope.
Mache.
Yeah, Mache. Yeah, he's dope. I would say that. I would say he's really dope.
Custom guys.
Do
you like the refurbish? Well, not refurbish shoes, but how they just take like the cut and sew. They rebuild it.
Oh, like the restoration.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
Yeah.
That's genius. That's genius
those,
because it's a couple of joints that I don't want to get rid of, but they cracking. They still look good.
But I need to bring them back, bounce them back, bro.
It's some dope cats out there. Nick, he's a guy he stay in Murfreesboro.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, close.
He's dope, man.
Okay.
Nick is
See, all
dope,
the ones
man.
I be looking at just online.
Yeah, he
so
in the borough, man. And he's certified. And he got his own shoe cleaning business. And he's black, you know what I'm saying? So
I honestly feel like that's an avenue when you talk about like products, you know what I'm saying, that the black culture needs as a product.
Right.
I feel like that sneaker lane, like I'm trying to get my son Adonis, he's 9 now. So I'm just always talking to him like what he could do. Like today was painting rocks. I still have to paint on my hands. Like, and I was like, man, you could paint these rocks, and then they just taught you how to make origami at school. You could put them together, sell them as a package. He was like, oh, like this little stuff.
Yeah.
But I be trying to tell him about shoe cleaning and refurbishing shoes and bringing them back and restoration and stuff. I really feel like we got our teenagers into that. That's a trade.
That's a
a
trade.
skill.
Yeah.
That's a real skill that like people that even if you're not heavy in sneaker culture, you want to save those good pair of church shoes.
Man.
And I feel like that's a pretty cool. I don't want to say simple because it's not.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where if you put the hours in and learn it, that could be a very lucrative side hustle or a good business.
I mean, and knowing that, it saved people money too, because it's like, okay, I got some Jordan 4s. I don't want to buy a new pair. I would if I have to.
Right.
But do I really want to spend $300, $350?
Can you just
do this for like?
you see that part right there?
Right. Exactly.
It costs what, $80?
Right.
Yeah.
But when you get them back to you, they brand new.
Right.
So they,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
You good to go.
You good to go.
Yeah.
My
So-
secret want white shoes, and I don't know if this hurts the shoes in the long run or not, but a lot of people sleeping on magic erasers.
Good point, Paco. Man, good point. My brother used magic erasers. He got his own shoe cleaning business on the side. Crispy Kicks. If you need any shoes clean,
Crispy Kicks.
holla
See?
at Dre McFly. If he's on Instagram,
Crispy Kicks.
Dre McFly. My brother Andre, who is actually a co-creator of Yo's the Kicks as well, but with me. But he cleans sneakers. I actually be sending him my joints all the time.
See?
I just started back cleaning my joints recently, but he's dope with it.
And
but,
it's essential. It's a needed
it's
business.
essential, man. It's needed, man.
For
It's
real.
needed, man. And when it comes to magic erasers, like Paco said, man, like if you get scuffs or scratches, and I didn't know this, he was like, man, use a magic eraser. I was like, for real?
Hey, that magic eraser, I don't know what
It was
voodoo
like-
magic they got in them
Yeah.
magic
You ain't
erasers.
got to wet it or
Yeah,
nothing.
I know,
Yeah.
they could
When
sacrifice.
they say you ain't got to wet it, that's when I got worried. I'm like, no, what's in it then?
Like, it works on, man.
It gets it.
It gets it, man. He was like, yeah, use a magic eraser. I'm like, okay, bet.
Hey, the
Back-
first
back in
time
the
you
day.
use it, you're going to be like,
Yeah.
you done hit it with soap, just hot
Soap.
water, all kind of stuff. And it kind of, but when you hit that magic eraser, you be like, what is this?
Man.
This black magic.
It preserves your sneakers, man. It preserves your sneakers, though.
Back
I'm all
in the day before the magic eraser, I had to use the white wall cleaner.
Oh,
the
yeah.
white wall,
The
yeah.
white wall
The white-
tire cleaner, man.
Yep.
Hey, I got to get my stuff.
Yeah,
Wait a
the
minute.
white wall or bleach wipes as well.
Hell
that's
yeah.
good too. Bleach wipes, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
My homeboy tried to tell me to put some Fabuloso on my Forces once.
Ooh,
I was like, I'm not
I never
putting
did
no
that.
Fabuloso. He's like, it's gonna clean it. No, I
Yeah, I
don't
never
even
did
trust
that.
that. I don't trust that. I'm not putting Fabuloso on
Yeah.
these fucking Nikes.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I did want to ask, what is your thoughts about the creativity we're seeing? Like compared to what we're seeing now is a lot of they're bringing old stuff back, revitalizing like what Virgil did. You know what I mean? What Travis Scott is doing, and then like what are your thoughts like on the creativity you're seeing like in just the sneaker space?
Man, I love it, man. I really do. I love it, man. Like I usually hear stories about like the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And we grew up in the 90s. We seen so many different, creations and seeing models, man. And start seeing people they was wearing what they wanted to wear. They wearing different brands. Like
expressing
themselves. Then in the early 2000s it became kind of stagnant. Everyone was just rocking Jordan brands and
we kind of just went with the safe,
man.
I feel like the designs they got too far off base at one point. Because at one point I was only buying like Converse. I was only buying Forces and shell toes. You know what I mean?
Because everything else was getting a little too wonky.
It was a little too much. Like I don't like my shoes to look like I'm from outer space, even though the show is themed outer space.
Yes.
So no laces, just huge straps and I just really that wasn't my personal style. To anybody else, cool. But me personally, and it made shoe shopping real simple for me.
Yes.
For real. Skateboard shoes, I bought a few pairs, like DCs.
Yeah, DCs was huge.
You want to talk about a shoe with some nice internal padding.
And
DC, the ones that are made on it? Right. The ones that are made for skateboarding. Yes. Man, it's like a couch pillow in that thing.
Yeah. They was doing huge numbers.
Huge.
Huge.
Lil Wayne helped with that though.
That skateboard.
He came back out and he was a skater now. And then everything you see is man, what's my man?
Is that culture appropriating though?
Oh, Jeremy Scott.
Jeremy Scott.
Yeah,
like everything you saw, but like, and so I don't know because
wings.
You got a black rapper with a white culture of skateboarding, but he's rapping about it though.
Right. So did he appropriate that for blacks?
Did he appropriate it though? Yeah. No, I mean we already had black skaters though, so I think if we didn't have so many black skaters that could be in the videos with him, then it would have looked more like. What are you doing? But he just like we already had the little kid with the dreads down to his kneecaps, like doing kick flips and shit. So I'm like, all right. He's just old, trying to be young again. We all knew Wayne was going through a midlife. You know what I'm saying? He just did a year in Rikers. You know what I'm saying?
Think so I think for a lot of artists and creators like himself, because he's so creative, man, is you get to a point where you reach the top tier of rapping. It's like, what else can I do next? People start finding new hobbies, new skills, and skateboarding was one of his. Because when Truffit came out, it reminded me of like DC in a way, right? Like, and also what's the guy Stevie Williams, DGK, Dirty Ghetto Kids. It kind of reminded me of those two brands,
right?
And Truffit was doing.
That's why it wasn't appropriation. Because we already had DGK.
DGK
was a goddamn like wall knockdowner.
DGK was huge, man.
Oh, shout out, bro.
DGK, man. So
hell yeah. I was a avid supporter of like that black underground weird hip hop culture. Like
it's not blurred, but it's not.
Yeah, it was. Man, I was.
That was impactful on me because that's like when. I think we was like in high school around that time stuff. Like we was growing up, being young adults and finding ourselves. Like that culture was huge. Like Lupe we was talking about earlier played a part with skateboarding. Then you had kick push, man. Then you had like
and the shoes he had on like made me. I'm about to go try some of these DCs out. Like they actually worked the way that the jeans fall on them. And,
and I was a big fan of skateboard dunks, SBs.
Yes.
Right. Yes. I love SBs. I never skated in my life, but I love that. Just how it looked because it was just you could let the tongue hang, you could let the laces just be
open. They feel like house shoes on the slick, but they still look put together. Like I think the SBs are like in my mind some of the most underrated sneakers.
Man.
Like, they're damn near some of the most perfect ones to me.
Perfect.
To me,
I just threw out a pair of were they Fat Farms? With the shell toes, you remember it'd be like red and had the shell toes?
Yeah, those are Fat Farms.
Yeah, so I had a pair of red ones in there. I was like, these just aren't gonna hold up anymore. They were stiff. They were stiff like a jerk off rag.
Been in that closet since Def Jam Vendetta.
Yes, they have. I hated to do it though because they're discontinued. I threw out a pair of snowshoes. Y'all remember? It was spelled weird. It was snow, but I think they were Steve-O's brand of shoes.
Steve-O had some shoes?
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that
they were
Steve-O
called.
had some shoes.
Yeah, they're called snowshoes.
Wow.
And it was spelled like SNEUX or something like that.
Okay.
And they were in competition with DC's.
Oh, wow.
I hated to throw those out because both pair of those shoes will never be again.
Now, question with that, because you might want to go to the trash can. What are your thoughts on NFTs for shoes?
Man, another great question because, you know, I have a OG man in the sneaker culture. He like a mentor to me named Sean Paper Chasing Williams. And he do a lot of dope work behind the scenes in sneaker culture, man. And he was telling me about NFTs. You know, we had a conversation. He was like, yo, Albert,
That's the next wave. Like, you know, because he was telling me, like, stuff that was happening that haven't happened yet. Didn't happen like a month later. I'm like, you got this insight, like, you know, just with brands going that way.
You know, Nike with Roblox, and they got their own NFT.
Yes.
You know, they finna launch a sneaker.
They are setting things up. When you watching how these big companies are shifting and moving their whole process of marketing and alignments and partnerships, it's like, oh, you're preparing for a whole new launch. Like, it's crazy.
I think it's cool, man, because it's you know, as a business, you gotta tap into what's hot,
right?
What's going on? You know what I'm saying? You have to.
Facts.
You know, you might have the people who been like brand like fan favorites, and they used to like just the original way, but you have to maneuver. If you don't, you're gonna get left behind at the end of the day. Will it hurt? Possibly, like, you know, the quantity and people getting sneakers. Yes, that's what's going on right now with the apps. I mean, but that's just how the game go. Unfortunately, but like I said, this is going to help. I think a lot of creators in that space. A lot of youth now is in the tech space, so this is going to help a lot of cats in this space. So that's what I like about it, man. But yeah, I think it's cool, man. It's cool. Not like different ways. You know, you have to switch up. You have to be open to it. Yes. And that's one thing that I'm learning, Brandon Paco, being more open to the cyber world, the NFTs and stuff like that.
A lot of people are still afraid.
Yeah, they still afraid, man.
See, I talk to because I do a little business consulting and marketing and stuff, a little side business, and I talk to my clients that do like clothes and stuff like that. And I was like, it's time to double down on what you're doing. I was like, they have a metaverse where people customize their avatars. And you could sell your custom clothes to their digital person. And that's not even, after it's designed, there's no overhead.
Yes, no.
There's no production, nothing. They just go to a digital store and say, hey, I want my penny shirt. You know what I mean? And that penny shirt is, even if it's just $2. There's no overhead after the design.
It's done.
So the shoe world, they need to partner. They need to partner with one of these companies, one of these metaverses. Because there's more. Everyone thinks the metaverse is just one world. No, the metaverse there's a bunch of metaverses, guys. And they need to find one to be like, hey, we're gonna let our avatars customize their shoes. And then Nike swoop in and sell it. Even if you just sold it for $5 or $10, that's another stream of income.
Man. And not only that, if I'm not mistaken, you keep getting paid if someone buy your work.
It keeps coming in.
If they sell it to someone, you get paid. So it's like it's never
so
ending.
once that resale market hits the metaverse, like, everybody can get money. Everybody can just keep getting money.
Right.
Like, you could real deal, and I could just be thinking here. You could maybe work out an internal, like, economy system where we all have shoes for our avatars, and we're paying only $2, but that money is still coming in so consistently.
Well, that's the way they do it. Like, Second Life, it was software Second Life, and what you could do is you could go in there. They had their own revenue and their own conversion rate from real money into their in-app revenue, and then it also worked backwards compatible too. So people would design something. Our buddy Josh Kaysen, he designed a Hennessy bottle. If you wanted your avatar to walk around with the Hennessy bottle, you went to the store and you bought the 3D design for the Hennessy bottle. Then once everyone is buying it, they all want a Hennessy bottle. When it racks up in that currency, he rolls it back into USD. Bam.
Cashes out.
Making money in his sleep.
Yep.
Is I think it's really dope, man, because like I said, the youth is definitely in the metaverse right now, and that's what they're about right now, man. Right. They so much more advanced than we was, you know what I'm saying, as far as the technology. So
and they're willing to take it so far. They're willing to
take it so far, man. And but overall I like it, man. I like it. Like, at first I was like, what's this? And I started educating myself and started talking to other people. They was like, yo, this is it, dog. Yep. And I was like, yeah, this is it. You have to be on board with it, or just. I respect it though. Like I said, it's an outlet for so many different creators, man. Because it's hard to get in that industry, especially the sneaker industry.
Right.
So I don't have to work for this big time company. I could just create. I could do customized joints, like that dude I was talking about earlier, Mache. He did a customized sneaker and put on NFT. Damn. And my man Sean Williams, he actually collaborated with him. He collaborated him and helped got his sneaker as an NFT. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, because if you got a dedicated fan base, they gonna support it. They gonna rock with it. Yep.
Absolutely. Everybody wants combining that sneaker and NFT like that, and it's so trendy right now.
Very trendy.
It's bubbling.
Yeah.
I feel like in about 5 years it'll still be going on, but people would have figured it out a little bit. But right now it's
bubbling, man.
It's balls to the wall.
In 5 years, they will know how to incorporate NFTs into things. Because what a lot of people don't realize is you can take an NFT piece of art and hang it up in your metaverse home. Yes. You have the only one. Yes. And then people are like, man, I love that picture.
What they're doing, dude is doing a museum. He's doing a museum to where people that have NFTs can come to him, put it in a museum, and then everybody gets a share of the money that people pay to come in and look at the NFTs in this museum with their Oculus on types.
Yeah.
So like somebody was in the sneaker culture that could do that, man.
And being exclusive, it's a huge selling point. Like everybody want to have something that no one else can get. In the metaverse, you could do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's exclusive.
And it might be on to something.
Yeah,
and from a guy who spends a little time in the metaverse. There was a guy that on Altspace. And Altspace at the time really didn't have it where you could customize your clothes. And I was in a nightclub in Altspace, and the cat walked in an outfit, and I'm like, that's not on the store.
It's not on the store.
And I knew it instantly. And I asked him, I was like, hey, do you design clothes? Have you figured out a way to incorporate this? And he said, yes. Instantly exchange contact information. That's the guy that whenever my clothing clients decide they want to put their clothes, he's going to be the one to design it. And that's how it works. Just that quick. A market was created. Now I just got to wait for people to catch up.
Yep.
And that's the problem.
But the thing, when they catch up, though, then it's going to go to another level.
Fast.
Where it kind of be like saturation, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like it will eventually.
Yeah.
It will eventually.
Well, see, that's the problem.
But right now we still have an opportunity to where there's probably a saturation now. But it's like, let's say 1 million people went out and got an Oculus. Like, they saw this, you know what I'm saying? They're like, I'm about to go out and get an Oculus. I'm getting in on this.
Right.
There's still 7 billion people in the world.
True.
So in ratio to us, it's still gonna feel like it's bubbling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it could be some saturation now, but the cream will rise to the top right now.
Yeah.
But then, like in 3-4 years, once half the planet got a thing on, like everybody got a cell phone, like once everybody has this now, then it's just gonna be saturated.
Yeah, it's gonna be saturated. Agree.
But right now you can still get in somewhat early, you know what I mean?
And we have to stop being scared of change. And that's not even saying like we're just precautious like that, but this is just like when cars started moving faster, when they went from a Model T to, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. Yeah. Oh, those cars.
Whatever that first car was that had the slant in the build, it wasn't just, it wasn't a box no more. The first one when it was aerodynamic, what the fuck is that?
Right, so we have to understand that these reactions have happened all through time. You're not woke. This is a reaction that people have had all through the years to every change. when we went from cable TV to streaming services, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to put my information out there. Now, ain't nobody got cable hardly no more, you know?
Facts.
So, like, this is just another one of those times, y'all.
Yep.
You gotta jump on board. You gotta, you know, there's no devil hiding in them goggles. The devil's been here.
Mm-hmm.
The devil been here, y'all. Okay? Lynching was legal till 1960. You know what I mean? The devil been here.
For real.
So, I don't know.
Black devils.
I'm just saying.
You gotta change though. That's a good
You
point,
made it so
Paco.
racial. I had to go.
You
White
can't be
devils.
because I think like for me that's something that I battle like okay I'm cool with the ways I'm going about, but it's like okay if you want to take it to the next level you have to change or be open.
Right.
I might not do what you're telling me, but I'm listening. I'm hearing you. You know what I'm
do
saying?
your
I'm
own
open.
investigating.
Yeah, and do your own
Yeah.
investigating. Like
Right.
you're open. I think you just have to be open. Some people want to dismiss like I don't even want to hear this, but let me hear the idea.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying?
we
Let me
do
hear
need
it.
those people
We need them.
that say no.
Yeah.
We
Right.
do need
You
them. I
need
mean,
them.
because that helps on no saturation.
Yeah.
And there's some people to where I don't know how to say it nice. I'm just gonna say it. They don't have a lane in this new space going. You know what I mean? Like whatever you might be doing now might not transfer over.
I agree.
And if you're not the type of person that can bounce back and reinvent yourself like Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean?
Right.
If you can't rebrand or reconfigure your, you know what I mean? Then just stay out the way.
Yes,
because
his PR team, his branding team is
like
Well, let me
The
tell
level.
y'all, Snoop Death Row, okay? Let's go there for just a
Yeah.
minute. They started selling like these NFT
he got a
passes.
deal with Converse though. Just
Does it?
real sneaker, real
He
quick.
might.
Man, but so smart.
Right.
I'm gonna buy Death Row, get a deal with Converse because we wore them all the whole time. We were
Right,
actually,
right.
That's hard.
We created a whole subculture for you.
Yeah.
They made Chucks cool.
Yes.
The West
Right.
made Chucks.
So I'm gonna go buy Death Row and then hey, I need mine. I need my give back. Like Dave Chappelle.
Right.
But,
So
yeah.
they sold passes online, okay? NFTs. If you bought one of these NFTs, then for the year, you would get all the Death Row content for that year, and it would just come to you. And I want to say those passes were either 5,000 or 8,000. But when I looked on there, he had already sold like 900,000 of those. You know what I'm saying?
Damn near 1 million people.
Went platinum already.
Yes. Just
With no
off the-
content. No content.
Just when it
Just
comes out,
anticipation.
you got it.
Yeah,
Because that's
yours.
because he said it's going to be the first label in the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
Death Row.
Yeah.
So their release is not going to be on no streaming platform, no
Metaverse
physicals.
That release is paid for already via NFT pre-passes. Think about that. His NFTs have went ahead and paid for his future endeavor. He ain't even got to come out of pocket
Goodness.
At all.
at all.
So it's the back catalog. Is that still on streaming platforms? Because I heard something
Yeah,
about
he
it.
got them on Tidal.
Oh, it's on Tidal.
Right.
But he took them off Apple and
Okay.
Spotify. But I believe they still on Tidal. though.
Okay. All
But
right.
there's no
Okay.
way you can wipe that out.
Yeah.
Is there? That's it. And even I wouldn't put $1 in. That's a waste of time because YouTube,
Yeah.
torrent sites,
Right.
they're already
This
there.
YouTube.
It's gonna
This
be
YouTube.
fine.
Back at the new
Right.
stuff.
SoundCloud's one.
Man, yeah, it's
Right.
between those two.
Yeah, you're right.
If I want to hear gin and juice, I'm gonna hear gin and juice.
Right. You can't hide that you
Hide.
you know.
Can't hide G thing
Yeah.
for me.
Right. You know, it's just not gonna happen. So it's just too out there.
That was a major deal by Snoop Dogg, man.
Amazing.
I ain't gonna
Right
front,
before the
man.
Super Bowl.
That's
Right
crazy.
before the Super Bowl.
So do he own the Masters too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He owned the
Well,
Masters,
whatever
right?
Death Row owned.
But he
He
went
owned-
back.
he owned.
He went back and gave the masters to people.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
So he gave
Nice.
Warren G his masters. He gave Corrupt his masters. He gave Daz his masters.
That now that's the biggest major
Yeah, that's a
of
big
it all. Let me just
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so-
That's crazy.
That's major, man.
And
That's-
right before the Super Bowl, like that's
Right.
just. But the deal with Converse, I love because I wish. I didn't mean my thoughts together. The deal with Converse, I love so much because I wish Run DMC had doubled back and got their money from Adidas.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was
Right.
like before the show, I was
Yeah.
talking about like just life lessons that I got from people that invented things and like made things. Like the dude with Victoria's Secret, the dude that made the monkey wrench or whatever. But the Run DMC and what they did for Adidas, I just always like, it was just one of those things in the back of my head, like, make sure that they fuck with you on paper.
Yeah.
Make sure they fuck with you on paper.
They did so much for Adidas and just the sneaker culture, just the whole community.
What
like
they did for them
made
shell
Adidas
toes,
relevant
bro.
in the hood.
Bro,
When
it's
it
the
comes
most
to-
iconic shoe.
Yeah.
You can look at a shadow.
Yeah.
You can just look at the outline of it like, that's an Adidas.
Adidas, man. That's Adidas, man. Like Adidas was the biggest shoe on the planet.
Until Jordan.
You know, till Jordan, man. I mean, they made a song by Adidas, and it really kind of like people realize, like, okay, hip hop is an open lane. You know, for these type of. They had a sign endorsement. They first grew sign endorsement with a apparel company like that, $1 million. Then you seen LL with Truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You start seeing the other cats getting endorsed. Now you see it's like that's the common scenario now.
I want Adidas to cut Run DMC and another check like Comedy Central had to do with Chappelle type. Like what y'all have been able to facilitate from that, from hip hop.
Yeah, from hip hop.
From hip hop early on. Y'all need to cut we need like an 8-figure for the culture. We need an 8-figure. I need to see DMC with a check, like just a big one. You know what I mean? I need them holding one like together with JMJ on that motherfucker. Like, I just feel like they did more. Like, all right, what was a bigger impact on shoes from hip hop, Adidas or Timberland? Haha.
That's so. I'm gonna go with Adidas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Adidas over Timberland. Timberland is in New York. Shout out to all my peeps in New York. I got a lot of peeps from New York, man. You know, that be on the show and stuff, man.
Dead ass rock with you, B.
They are serious about them Timberlands. Timberlands, man. I mean, it's a huge staple. But I just feel like, man, with Adidas, man, because they actually is showing love back to the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so you think their double back was fucking with like Beyonce, Ye, Grailz? That
they made Ye a billionaire down there.
You're right.
Like Ye became a billionaire really from
You're
this deal. You know what I'm saying? They did a deal with Pusha T. Like his joints.
Pusha T got a shoe.
His joints came in like a damn brick of dope.
Yeah.
Like the rollout was crazy with it. My brother bought a pair. He got like 2 pairs of Pusha T. They came in like a Ziploc bag and stuff. It was crazy,
Did you ever see the Funkmaster Flex joints?
With
the rim.
Man, Funk Flex. That's
Lugs really let us push the envelope.
Yeah.
They let us push the envelope.
The Birdman
The Birdmans is what I was thinking of.
The Birdman Lugs. Them Lugs was heavy though. They was so heavy. They was heavier than Timberlands, dog. Like you try to run from the cops, it's a wrap.
Nah, you ain't better fight the cops.
No Lugs,
dog. You ain't running from no Lugs, bro. You ain't running with them joints on. Them Lugs was heavy, dog. They was heavy, man.
You walked hard in them Lugs.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna change directions real quick, and instead of the exclusive shoes, let's talk about like Shaq, who went to a more affordable for the community, for the kids shoes. Like, how do you feel about that, and how does that impact the sneaker world?
Man, you know what? When I seen that happening, man, I think it was dope, man. You know, early on as a kid, you like, man, I ain't rocking no Shaqs. You don't rock it. I ain't rocking no Shaqs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the Jordans and, you know, the other Nikes.
To school with these.
Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. You know, but, you know, as I got older, man, and I was like, man, that was really dope by Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Stephon Marbury as well, because they gave an opportunity for a lot of people, man, who is underprivileged. And that's one thing when it comes to sneakers, man, like, I never been just braggadocious. Always just been blessed by it because it's like, it's so many people out there who don't have the needs, the funds to get them. I was blessed as a kid for my parents to buy me sneakers, you know what I'm saying? And as I got older, I was buying myself sneakers, but that's why I take care of my sneakers. Like, I got sneakers from high school. I still got it. I make sure I clean them because I know, like, these cost money. You know, it means something. And as a kid growing up, I found that early on, like, my parents is working hard to get me these sneakers. So I ain't gonna just, you feel me? Yeah, I ain't gonna trash it. I know it's material, But I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? So when Shaq did that podcast, I thought it was really dope, man.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't like some of the designs, to be honest.
Yeah.
But what he was doing, man, it was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of money from that.
Right.
Like, a lot of people, that man made millions, hundreds of millions from that deal he did with Walmart.
Right.
You know?
Hundreds of millions. Outsold all the other the big sneaker companies.
And now he back with Reebok.
Yeah.
So that's a power move,
Right.
man. Like,
Big way.
So I feel like at the height of a lot of the shoes and stuff, we were really focused on those like high dollar shoes and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of that has switched over in fashion. Like as long as that outfit is right, if you can find an outfit with it, I don't feel like people are judging.
No, it depends. It depends on where you're going.
Because there's a whole slumming culture now where
Yeah,
motherfuckers
but it
look
depends on where you're going. It depends on the setting, bro. It's like, yeah, you could dress down and as long as that fit is together. If you're gonna go to I can't say like a lounge, but just an event or a social setting to where it's right. But like, there's still many circles where like, nigga, what are those?
Yeah.
Like,
I think like, you know, to Brandon and Paco point, like, it's great points, man, because I asked guests this too, man, like, yo, like, I feel like it's back. The originality is coming back in the game now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people is wearing what they want to wear now. Right? Cause,
that's the way I feel.
You got people wearing Vans. You got people wearing Pumas. You got people wearing independent brands that, you know, black owned or something.
Yeah.
You got, you know, Saya
I wish I could find
Collective.
one of those.
You know, you got, you know, and I think what's really dope, like with me, for example, I always wanted to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Thurston Howell, third. Low life. Always talk about him doing my interview when it comes to that. Because he was like, I didn't wear Jordans. I want to wear stuff that stood out. So he wore New Balances. New Balance is huge in New York, like back in the 80s and stuff. Still is. So he bought, you know, Nike Retros or even the luxury, the Gucci joints. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to stand out. That was his key. I wanted people, when they see my sneakers, they be like, hey, hold on. I ain't seen those.
Exactly.
Where you get? So that's how I am. Like, I always wanted to wear different joints that might not be the most popular with the general consensus, but the people who see and they're like, oh snap, what's those, bro? Or when these came back out. But I think it's more open now, man, because it's so many different brands dropping dope joints. Because it's like, you know, if I see Reebok drop something, I'm gonna rock them. But how I rock them with the fit I put together, it's gonna make you be like, yeah, bro, you came correct with it. You know what I'm saying? I could have rocked my Jordan 11s. I'm gonna rock these Air Force One white and black high tops or something to go along with it and make it dope, man. But it depends how you rock it though. Like to Brandon's point, it depends how you rock it. You know what I'm saying? You got. I feel like an outfit starts with the sneakers first, then it's easier to build everything else. But if you rock something that go along with it that stand out, people gonna like you just got it. You could go to Marshalls, Ross. Cop something, you know what I'm saying? A t-shirt.
And make it work.
Have a jean jacket with some clean sneakers. Like, okay, how you put it together and how you carry yourself, make it stand out, man.
I seen a guy come to an event. It was a, you know, a dressier event. My cat had on sweats with the sweater vest, but he had the sweats pulled up to his knees, and he had on a blazer. But the blazer had the argyles that matched the sneakers. So he's at a tie event in sweats and this like sweater vest with this thing over it. But since the argyles match the coat and match the shoes, nobody could say nothing.
Oh yeah. Think about fashion. It's about taking risks.
Yes.
He took a risk. That's what it's about at the end of the day. That's why when Kanye and Pharrell and people be like, hey man, what the hell they doing or what they own, which I can understand, right? It's different, but they taking risks because they really trenched into that. Rocky as well, like they taking risks when it comes
Rocky
to fashion.
Too many risks.
Yeah.
Rocky, man. Rocky be taking.
I fuck with him. I'm praying for him. They trying to.
Oh yeah, man.
Blackball my guy right now.
He be taking
they
too
doing
many
a lot of
risks
stuff.
for me.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you trying? I done seen you about 4 crazy looks this year, Rocky.
Rocky got different phases, man.
I swear, but he be putting that shit on though.
Yeah, dude.
Like he'll do it fearlessly. He'll keep
man.
the same face.
He know
It's the confidence behind
the
it.
confidence.
Yeah.
You gotta have the confidence.
I think he got love for fashion damn near more than hip hop. Like he take that fashion stuff seriously, and his hip hop is amazing. You know, his music is amazing, but when it comes to fashion, like you could tell, like that's that's like his pride and joy, man.
Yeah.
All right, other than Ye, what person from the culture or like from hip hop do you think has had the biggest impact on the sneaker game?
Ooh,
Other than Ye.
Other than Ye, man, and hip, who is so many, dog. You know what? I gotta mention Travis Scott. Gotta mention Scott, man.
Okay.
T. Scott
Respect that.
impact is
Respect that.
on another level.
Wow. Respect
Like
that.
every collaboration
Respect
he
that.
dropped been a hit, in my opinion. He haven't missed at all.
You right.
You
right.
I gotta say T. Scott is up there, man. I gotta say,
Okay. That's great.
I gotta say Jay. Gotta say Jay-Z. Even though he don't release sneakers like that, but just his influence, wherever he rocked.
Star power push.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Reeboks he had. That
Sold out.
was the highest selling shoe at one time
Yeah.
in hip hop,
Immediately.
like in
Just sold
sneaker
out.
history. And one day,
That's nice.
highest selling, man. His impact is still huge. You know, he's aligned with Puma now. Puma been making some dope moves, dog.
Puma's on right now.
They on right now. They've been signing all type of cats, LaMelo Ball, and you know,
Puma's coming with better designs though, man.
They are,
really,
man.
they
And they're-
really switched some things up.
they're
over there.
comfortable, man. They're comfortable. So they
Bruh,
new
me
designs.
and my girl got like 2 pairs of Pumas each.
Man.
They so comfortable.
They come to the RS joints, man. I love the RS joints. I love they going back to their old catalog, the Ralph Sampsons, the Isaiah Thomas. They just doing an amazing job.
Right.
But yeah, man. I gotta say, who else? Like I mentioned, T. Scott. I gotta mention Don C. Don C. You know,
That's who I was.
Don C. Man. I gotta say
The
Don
name
C.
that you don't really,
Don C,
bruh.
man.
Yes. If you play 2K though,
Yeah,
then
you know.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, his collaboration with Jordan Brand, man, and just with Nike as a whole, and just him, like he's a huge influence, just like Kanye.
But he
Like-
comes off that Kanye tree.
With
Like,
him and Virgil as well.
Yes.
That Kanye tree is amazing, man.
But Don C.
Don
is,
C.
is so behind the scenes,
Yeah.
moving and shaping
Moving
and
and
shifting and
shaking,
shit.
man. Don C. Pharrell. When I think about Babe and 8, that's
Yeah.
skateboard P. I know Lil Wayne made it hot, especially when it comes to people in the South. But Pharrell was
the head of that. He was a flagship ambassador to the world
for Babe and 8.
that whole aesthetic, Billionaire Boys Club,
the ice cream,
all of that.
You know, the NMDs with Adidas, man. Like Pharrell is, he's on that Mount Rushmore. You know, who else, man? I gotta say a huge influencer when it comes to it. I got who else, man? I think she should get more love. I guess people because she haven't did a collaboration recently, but Rihanna.
Yeah.
With the Fenty line she did with Puma was crazy, dog. Like
that's what's up.
Was crazy.
That took over.
That took over.
You right.
That took over, man.
And I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even think
Rihanna,
of that.
man.
I didn't consider that.
It kind of like she was one.
She gave females a real.
Yeah, she did, man.
A real space. She really stepped on it.
Yeah,
damn. Why did she? There was no follow up.
The resale price on that was on another level.
Real?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dog. Ridiculous. And man, the resale was ridiculous on them joints, man. I was trying to get my wife, so I was like, I don't know about these. The resale is on another level, but yeah, then she just kind of focused on the cosmetic line now.
Yeah, but I feel like
obviously that move paid off.
It paid off.
Yeah,
it paid off. It kind of helped her Fenty brand because they was the Fenty. Then she made that into a cosmetic line. But it's so many, man.
that was a hit.
I gotta say, you mentioned Run DMC, who is huge. I gotta mention someone else, man. To me, it's a couple cats, man. They like unsung heroes. Okay. But they influence sneakers, fashion. I gotta say, Ghostface and Raekwon.
Oh, of course. Real quick.
Ghost and Raekwon.
Respect.
The reason I wear Clark Wallabies is because of Ghost.
Right.
Big respect, bro.
In the South, what they don't realize is an artist can go gold and just be big in New York.
Yes.
The population is so high. So the amount of influence, when they hit a level where they're influencing coast to coast and they got New York sold up, them numbers in New York are higher than Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee combined. You know what I'm just in New York. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, man. No, that's real, Paco. And you know, Ghost was the first person I seen with Wallabies. I didn't know the name. I didn't even know Clark owned Wallabies. I thought it was just Wallows. That's what they used to call them, Wallows. Right. Then I'm like, what is this? Like, they just was fly. You know, I feel like most of the people that's black that rock Wallabies because of Ghost. He used to talk about on the albums like how I'm gonna change different colors. Like he was in the factory on his first album with the Wallabies. You know what I'm saying? Like Raekwon had the Snow Beach polo joint. Come on. Snow Beach is the prices on those is ridiculous, by the way. But Ray was the first person I seen in the video with it on. I'm like, yo. They was wearing Fila velour suits, Versace. Right. They was really fly, dog. They was like superheroes to me, man. Grand Poobah. I think Grand Poobah is one of the most flyest cats of all time. He was in the group Brand Nubian. But when you watch, people usually anticipate
Grand Poobah right now.
Yes.
You owe that to yourself.
Poobah was known for those rugby sweaters, those polo joints, those Tommy Hilfiger. He made Tommy millions, dog.
That's what Poobah made. First thing was Tommy Hilfiger.
Man, like people used to watch his videos just to see what he had on. Like if social media was around back then, Poobah would have been, he damn near be the top cat when it comes to fashion and hip. Like that's what's up. He's an unsung hero. Like he was like one of the first just fly cats to wear it on his sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Poobah is up there. He's another unsung hero, man. That's hard. With Ghost and Ray.
Great name.
Yeah, man. I gotta say those cats, man. Definitely.
That's a hell of a.
Like,
damn.
Yeah, man.
Y'all gotta look those two.
You gotta look up those. Gotta look up those cats. You know, Biggie. Biggie made it fly for big dudes.
Yeah.
Like you had Heavy D, but Biggie was like. You know, during that time frame, you had to be a particular standard of how, look a certain way.
He was the opposite.
Bigger was like, okay, I'm black.
Fat, black, ugly.
However, I stayed Fuji down
to the time when it wasn't cool to be dark.
And he had a lazy eye.
And a lazy eye. Noticeably. Didn't wear shades all the time.
Didn't wear shades. But I stayed Fuji down to the socks.
Rings and watch.
Like he had the Coogis with the Timbos, with the glasses. The first person I seen with the Jesus piece, like
the Jesus piece and the Rolly.
The Rolly, dog. The reason I love Coogis
life change
is because of Biggie, dog.
Yes, I got a Coogee cardigan right now. It's like the cardigan version of that sweater he had on, and I just keep.
He had a Sergio Tacchini joint in the Martin episode.
Yes,
like Biggie was just like the ultimate fly guy, dog. So Biggie, I feel like Biggie is huge with that because he set so many trends. But yeah, man, so many, man. Like we mentioned, Don C, the late great Virgil, man. Rocky, got to put Rocky in that list. T Scott on that list, man.
We really be moving this thing.
Yeah, man, we moving it, man. Tiana Taylor, another one. I think she's another underrated.
Tiana Taylor's. I don't think she underrated. Like we just don't know how great she is.
Yeah.
It's like she does so much.
She do.
Like from directing to music to dancing
fashion,
like all of that is like she's so great at everything.
Yes.
Like we gotta let her just figure one thing out, like, cause she's amazing.
She's fly, man.
Like she's a good actress. She's been like Tyler Perry movies. Like
she directs stuff.
Yeah, she can do anything.
Right.
It's anything.
Man. It's been a lot of dope cats, man. In hip hop, and I think it's dope because you got a lot of artists. They starting to realize like I'm a brand now. Yeah. It's just not your music no more, and I think that's why I admire West Side Gun so much because he's not the most lyrical. He'll tell you like you're not gonna be just wooed by my verses like that, right?
I am though.
I am too. I love Westside. I love Westside, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Westside's one of my favorite artists,
Yo,
man, right now.
all of Griselda, man.
All the Griselda. I love those cats, man.
out.
Shout out to them, man. And Westside, you know, he's the fly guy. He like, I'm fly. My music is just, it's a different vibe, and he really pushing his brand and his merch.
Right.
He was one of the first.
In the best way, though.
In the best way.
Have you ever seen anybody like just do it like that out the gate?
No, not like that.
The dude is crazy.
Like, it's so, like.
Better than Chance, though.
Yes.
Out the gate?
Yes.
Okay.
Chance had crossover marketability.
Yes.
Where he really only had like
Huge
3
crossover.
hats and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, Griselda, what they got is such a niche, hardcore market of not crossover. There's no marketability.
Right.
It is what it is, and that's it. It is hard crack rocks.
Right.
That's a good comparison. It's like hard crack rocks, no problem. We not making we might not even make a hook on the track. You're just gonna get a verse.
And that's it. And it's hard, and you gotta admit it's hard. And put
over
it in
a
your
loop,
face.
over a sample and a loop.
Yep.
Like
smack you in your face with it.
Yeah, man.
And you're gonna like it. And you're gonna play it over and over again.
Over and over again.
So like with that market, he's gone into hard crack rocks in the most artistic form you can put it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then start making shirts and carpets. He got rugs. He got
Canvases.
furniture. He
Yeah.
got and
Yeah.
then made a store in the mall to where you can come
Yes.
and like it's the most popular. He revitalized the mall from putting his
Customized
store in there.
shoes.
Wow.
Yes, the shoes, like the customized shoes. I follow a
Yes,
lot of people
yeah.
from who he follows.
Right.
Just because he's so tapped in on that fashion but street shit to where, like how Pusha T brings that street culture and into it.
Yeah, like a high luxury.
That's Westside
I
Gun does
agree.
it for an entire
He
brand.
does. He does, man.
Like he makes all. I don't want to say he makes, but all of his artists have a very high fashion type of approach to their merch.
Yes,
to their look,
they do.
to everything. It's really very interesting to see.
It really is,
These stone cold like a purist hip hop rap
Purist.
Right.
at this weird, like this super creative time we're in.
Yeah.
They're right there, like their vision.
Their
Is that-
vision,
am I-
man.
am-
Yeah, no,
is
that's
that the right word?
Yeah, their vision.
Their vision, like sneaker wise, fashion wise, is right there with all the top other guys.
Yes.
But they are so grounded into fucking
Right.
man, like
It's amazing how he just built this brand, like you was mentioning, Brandon. Like when you think about like West, Conway, Benny, like Bodie James with Griselda. You got
Armani Caesar.
Armani Caesar, nice. Stove God Cooks.
It's
like
ridiculous.
Like
Fucking ridiculous.
all these artists.
He needs to be locked up.
Yeah, man.
Stove God Cooks
Stove
should just be
God.
locked up.
Stove is crazy.
You do it too much.
His verse on that 2 Chainz album was
Bro.
ridiculous, and he could make hooks.
Yes, easily.
Like he could make like he could be a superstar. I think with the
He's
crossover
going
ability.
to be.
Like Stove.
But I don't think he's gonna cross
You don't-
over.
no, I don't think so neither.
everyone's gonna come to him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
yeah.
I think he's gonna stay.
It's just the name is called Stove God Cooks.
Yeah,
like
everyone's
yeah.
gonna come to him. He's a fabulous.
He's fabulous, man.
Like, amazing.
But now, like, you see so many artists dropping merch now and like really pushing it like a damn line. I think Griselda is a huge influence on that, especially Westside. Like, he's the
Westside.
first person I really seen really pushing. Now you seen like if you independent, every artist dropping at least a T-shirt, hats.
Yeah.
Now they doing something.
And,
They have
and
to.
actually,
They have
actually
to.
putting design
The
behind it.
design behind, yes, design.
Like-
It's not just their album cover. It's
No.
like an actual design.
A whole separate
Yeah.
design mock-up look for
Yes.
Rap.
just the merch.
Just
The,
for merch.
the rap and the music has really just turned into the marketing
Yes.
for the rest.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes, but the beautiful thing about what we're saying, like with Westside, is the music. When you see the merchandise and hear the music, like this should be the theme song for that.
Yeah.
Right.
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 The nigga wearing this
Yes.
sounds like he played this when he
Yeah.
came. Like he looked fly as hell. He crispy, but it sounds like there was gunshots in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
Agree, man. No, it sound like it's gunshots in the background. Right.
Like, it's hard. It's so hard how they do it. They be in Paris and
Yeah.
and I feel like he gonna get a shoe.
Yeah, I think he
I
should.
feel like he's gonna
I think
get
he
it.
should. You know, someone else I forgot to mention with Kanye. I got to mention Wale.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how I forgot about Wale.
Wow.
We mentioned hip hop artists like
Man.
Wale. Yo,
Has to be.
Valorian is yeah. flooring, man.
I think he's in Hall of Fame, sneakerhead.
Oh yes.
Hall of Fame.
Oh yes.
What do you think of Master P's shoe coming out?
Master P. Man, my wife be asking like, yo, you gonna buy me some Master P joint?
No.
I don't know if she be serious or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's serious now. You just said it now.
Yeah, I think
she gonna say it like, nah, I really want them.
Yeah, I really want them, man. Man, I went on this site, Pac. I actually did go on this site a couple times and check them out, man.
What you think?
I mean, some of them, I'm gonna be honest, man. I got love for P.
Now you gotta say,
We all
in
love
my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion.
We all love
I got
P.
love P, man.
Yeah.
I feel like some of the designs and models I feel like I seen those before. Like from other companies, like the Balenciagas and stuff like that. Like they damn near like the same joints.
Yeah.
Some colorways I seen like, okay, I can see what you're trying to do with it. You know what I'm saying, as far as the colorway aspect. But would I rock it? Probably not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, P is a hustler, man.
He
Like,
coming with something at
he
all
can sell
times.
everything.
A
So.
lot of them shoes, in my opinion, a lot of them designs you were talking about, it's interesting because P, you know, he's a Southern guy.
Yes.
But a lot of them seem like they will fly more in New York and they will fly more, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Targeted up north than down here.
Agree, man, because his market is like luxury.
That's true.
People who love luxury brands. That's always his niggas remind me of that, like the colorways, the models. It's like people who like those luxury brands. It's not for the cats.
Flashy zippers.
Yeah, zippers and stuff
gold
like
zippers and
Giuseppe's and Yves
Yes.
Saint Laurent. That's what it looks like.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have to wear a suit or something like that.
The Giuseppe's. That's what he.
So-
that's what he made.
Yeah, man,
He made
but-
Master P Giuseppe's.
Yeah, man. People like, you know, I'm gonna throw. Let's
Might as
cook up something
well.
else. Yeah, might as well. He
Get a
said
free bag of chips.
free bag of
Yeah,
chips.
I'll buy him, man.
yeah.
Just off the packages.
What
I
was
gotta
the-
take
I
a
think
picture of
what was
that.
the price point on the site was like what, like $200-300?
Oh yeah, those joints is high.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
not cheap.
I didn't know the price
No,
point.
the price is high.
Oh.
they rock
Ooh.
200, 250. I'm like,
Oh, P.
P, you ain't playing with them.
Does this play an album at the bottom of
Yeah,
it?
Is there an NFT somewhere with this?
Yeah, man.
Man,
So,
that's somebody that need to get into that NFT space.
Who P?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised he ain't in the metaverse.
He been making shoes. Ain't nobody told him that.
in the South, they take things a little bit slower
Yeah,
with
you're right.
technology.
We are a little bit
Yeah.
later. I agree.
So let me ask you this, and what is in the future for Grailz and yourself? Go ahead and let
Yoda
everybody
Kicks.
know what they can look for with Yoda Kicks.
Yeah, so with Yo's the Kicks, we started in 17. It was actually in person at first.
Right.
So the actual, I say the idea of it was we wanted to spotlight Middle Tennessee
Right.
in the South.
Right.
I want to spotlight, when I went to Portland, someone mentioned like, man, it's sneaker culture, sneaker is big in Tennessee. Like, I was speaking in foreign language or something. Like,
No, for real.
it's a market down here.
Right.
Definitely.
It just hadn't been branded.
It just haven't
yet.
been branded yet. So I was like, okay, Yo is the Kicks. That was a big reason for me creating Yo is the Kicks. Then fast forward, the pandemic happened. We switched to the social media and stuff,
Right. Digital platform.
which was a blessing in disguise for us.
Right.
And now going forward, we're gonna make that into like a full-fledged podcast. Audio, video. We want to start going that route.
Right.
That's what's up.
And I think, man, really the goal of it is, I wanted to be entertaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to be educational too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talk about, what stands out from my show from other different podcasters. There's a lot of people doing podcasts, sneaker podcasts, but I feel like they're not.
A lot of sneaker podcasts.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. They starting to bubble up now. You know what I'm saying?
right.
A lot of them independent, a lot of dope cats too, man. But it's starting to become a lot. But also like when you see a lot of mainstream joints, you don't see black people hosting it. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Right.
built the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
To be
facts.
real, like the black and brown, we built it. So.
Hell yeah.
I want to talk about, those I do talk about favorite sneakers and sneakers in general, but I talk about like the lack of, progression when it comes to minorities and racial diversity in the sneaker industry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep that going, man. And
We need more that looks like that Jordan brand.
yeah, that look like that, man. We need that, man. And so that's the goal, man, to make it into the audio, video. That's something that I'm working on, man. Might have to hit y'all up too
Right.
about that for sure. Gonna have to, but And I'm working on some new stuff, man. Trying to work on some more stuff like other podcasts and other content as well.
You doing any more short films?
Man, that's something I've been thinking about. I definitely want to,
You want a cameo in one of our short
I'm down. I'm always down with that, bro. I'm down with that, man.
All right.
I was thinking about that, man, getting back into that because that will help kicked off Grailz, man. So that is like a main component as well, man. So I definitely want to get back in that space. Merch. I'm getting back in merch.
Such a good time.
Good time, man.
And it was fruitful. It was
very
beyond
fruitful.
having a good time, it was fruitful. Yeah. And when it comes to doing productions, that always stands above because anybody can go out and get a webcam and talk for an hour, and that's becoming real saturated.
Yes, exactly.
But when you pair that up with these actual productions, like, oh, this is actual film. These guys aren't just sitting in their living rooms every, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
That production is a push.
A push, man. And I think like another goal too, Paco, is that, I'm looking for partnership distribution. That's something that I've been really keying in on. Had a couple meetings with a couple people. It just didn't go through like, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta have that feel.
What did you take away? Did you learn anything?
Oh yeah, I did learn, man. It's, I think with my stuff, man, I feel like my content is the key. Like people might have stuff, quality might look better, but I'm getting these guests for a reason. Like these top tier guests because they love my content and it's different. Yeah. And I'm like, that's going to stand out. Like I feel like I got the best product on the block. You know what I'm saying? You gotta feel like that, man. You gotta be confident in yourself. If you don't, that's one thing my man Torre told me. I had Torre on the show. Dope artist, dope. He hosts a hip hop station on Sirius Radio. Okay. Torre is amazing. I love Torre, man. Been a huge fan of him. But I was like, man, you got like the best, like one of the best podcasts out. Like you just dope, dog. He was like, man, yo, you got one of the best shows out. Like I'm on your show. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that stuck with me. Like you gotta really champion yourself. If you don't, like you gotta give yourself flowers. Cause nobody will give you your flowers. And I'm starting to realize that. Like I'm so humble, but I'm like, you gotta champion yourself, man. You have to
champion yourself.
Yeah, you have to, man, because by you champion yourself, you gotta shower yourself with love. You gotta give yourself flowers, man. People gonna start seeing that shit like, oh damn.
Facts.
Like, okay, this dude on to something, you feel me? But what I learned, man, is that
rewind that guy.
Yeah,
listen to that.
Rewind.
Yeah, man.
Big advice right there. Like, y'all could just take that in.
If you don't love your own stuff, how you gonna expect other people?
Exactly.
But being humble and being in the midst of doing it though, you don't always remember to champion yourself and don't pat yourself on the back because you're still working.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard to at least remember we do stuff all the time. And
I'm thinking to myself this whole time you talking. I'm like, because he knows my work ethic. I'll just keep going, and I don't even.
Yeah, man.
Because it never stop.
Because man, like for example, like the work you two put in, just help build the community of Columbia, dog. Like
trying.
Like when I first met you at the art event. You just took that step and just went to a whole another level. You feel me, dog? Like you done helped put stuff together, bro. Like you done.
You showed me that it could actually happen. I like, where all these black people from? Where? Looking different and shit.
Black people. Like you done open a whole market in Columbia where it's like it's cool to think different or dress different or be different. At one time growing up in Middle Tennessee, it's cool to be expressive. Like. You helped made that possible, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man.
You gotta, let that be known. Like, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like with Paco, the first person I seen doing videos. For real.
Facts.
Like, in Columbia. You feel me? So with Studio 65 and just everything you're doing, you like one of the first people with the podcast, bro. Right. Like now we seen so many different people with podcasts. Yeah. So many people you done helped and assisted, man. So like, and we all like in that space that
you don't even think about it.
You don't think about it.
You don't give yourself no flowers.
You got to, man.
Damn, he came with the quote of the week.
You got to, man.
You gotta champion yourself. Remember to give yourself some flowers sometimes. Be proud of you.
Be proud, man. It's not being cocky, but it's just being confident. You have to be confident, man. Like
so you can remember
that, and that's something that I gotta like. Cause at times you think about it like, damn. you posting stuff, right? Like, okay, you don't see the likes and shit like that. You don't see all that and people. You see people. They see you out like, yo, I see what you're doing. You ain't commented.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
After season one.
Right.
After season one of WhoDat, like, we had a come to Jesus. So we was having talk, like, and I was like, bruh, I'm walking in places and people yelling out WhoDat. You know what I mean? And, like, these numbers didn't reflect that.
Exactly.
But they know.
They know, man.
And I was just like, and now it got to the point where, like, people started, they knew where I lived, so, like, people were starting to show up at Sunday around 5 and 6 o'clock just on the rent. Hey, what you doing?
Yep.
We had a girl show. We was doing club WhoDat where we was doing DJing during the pandemic so you could have your club experience at home.
I remember that.
Yeah. So we had girls show up at the door, knock. You know what I mean? I just want to see what y'all was doing. You know what we doing.
You know what we're doing. You already know.
You just know where I live.
It's a pandemic. We are in a bubble right now,
You
man.
know what you're doing, dog.
I had a coworker show up at my house and sit from noon to 5, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, what you doing?
He said, "I'm just gonna hang out," and I'm like, "You know what you're doing."
Yeah, you know what you're doing, and I think and I got to a point.
Just gonna hang out.
And and one of my homies mentioned, like, man, you doing some dope stuff, man. More people need to, know about this in the area. I was like, man, and I started thinking, I'm like, everyone's not gonna vibe to your or be all on the bandwagon,
right?
Which is cool because everyone like different stuff. I know what I'm doing is people is not really into that. You know what I'm saying? Versus as someone in New York or on the West or the Midwest.
You're going to have to pioneer it.
You're going to pioneer it here. And I'm cool with that. So I can't make people like my stuff or view it.
Just do it.
Just do it. But I know it's a group of people that's actually liking my shit because I'm still doing it. So someone like it, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you just got to keep doing it because once it does go to that another level, everyone's going to be on it. That's just how people operate, you know what I'm saying? And I realized that I was like, I was like, I can't even get mad at that. So what I got to do is keep, like we mentioned, champion myself.
Then put the work in.
Let people know.
Stay innovative.
Stay innovative, man.
Yes.
And one thing I learned too, Paco, during those meetings was like, okay, I got to create more engagement. Because a lot of these companies looking at followers now, because they were so impressed. They was like, you got a manager? Like, how you getting these people? You get these people that I know, like, how you, like, I'm like, nah, it's me. It's just me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Reaching out to these people, and they was like, yo, so how your followers is in this? I'm like, my followers is such and such, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, I love your work, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they want to see the more numbers.
But to them, they can't figure out how you're getting these people.
People, though.
Right.
They're like, your content is different.
Yeah.
You highlighting women that many people is not highlighting the sneaker world that need to be highlighted. Right. So they are impressed by that. Yeah, they in a big way, man.
And a lot of those execs, what they don't understand about the internet is a lot of those numbers are paid for.
Yes.
Number one, they're paid for.
Paid for.
So they think because they're not in tune, they haven't caught up yet. They think that this is where it's supposed to be, and this is where. But now they're starting to expose like French Montana, and stuff like that.
French
so
Montana got exposed.
Documentary was that Michael K. Did he host something on Vice about them?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Great Michael K. Williams.
Yes.
So
on Black Market.
Okay.
For me, what I did, because every time you progress in this social media, they're going to raise the numbers more. Like people, once you catch up, they're going to raise the numbers more for monetization and everything. I just leverage my platform for different means. Like instead of waiting on monetization, I use my numbers and they're not those paid for numbers, but I can leverage that to say, hey, let me run a commercial for Yo the Kicks.
Yep.
And, we get 20,000 hits a month now. But then that's over, 4 episodes, 4 weeks episode. So, look, I can hit 20,000 people. I'll shoot you a commercial. We'll run it, and you can keep your commercial for whatever you need after.
Yeah.
And well, how much is that? Then I give them the price. So I created my own market without having to play their game. And I just use their platform.
And you still independent.
Right. And I'm saying, and the show is still bringing in money. Like, a lot of people don't know. Like, everyone's like, well, Joe Rogan, like, that's the Michael Jordan of podcasting.
He is.
So we're not, you know what I mean?
Got 100 M deal from Spotify.
Exactly.
Right.
And you're trying to, if you want to be a Rogan, if you want to be a any of these top like Big Premier 85 South or whatever.
Right.
These are guys that are already the host of MMA and Fear Factor. They already been on Wild.
They have a star power.
Exactly.
He already had a name before. He was a comedian. He's
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're losing.
He's a good comedian.
The
really
podcasting culture is too the star power.
Agreed.
And so
you know what I mean? Oh, I'm not acting now. I'm just doing this podcast, and I've got these last 10 years. I've been going to the parties with Jamie Foxx and TDE, and now I'm just gonna bring my star power on the show. So, like, if I had one star, and I'm not saying you're not a star, we're all stars. Yeah. But when we say star power, you know what you're
talking about. That mainstream appeal.
Right. If I had one star power, our numbers would go through the roof. People back catalog would go up.
Yep.
Everything. But you got to go through that.
You got to. Yes.
But the thing is, people just got to understand that that's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you're not trying to figure out what your lane is going to be still at the, I don't want to say even grassroots level, but at an independent, from an independent side of it, where you can get your revenue streams and you can make it make sense for you. If you're just going to lean on these examples that got these endorsement deals that have the star power, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle for a long time.
A long time. You're right. Or, you know what? In the shop value. It's a lot of people that just specialize in shop value.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that. Like, the content is not good. Like, they're not asking the good questions. It's just shop value. They just say the one thing that they'll post on their social media, go viral.
You're right.
So it's just...
That is the method.
And that's one thing I'm starting to see more and more. Like, the cats who really got dope stuff, like stuff that I generally watch and like, it's the cats that's independent, that's not mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to play the game. I don't want to sell myself to some gimmick to play the game. At the end of the day, let's say WhoDat ends.
we
can do that.
Or
I can't even keep a straight face.
You know what? Or like,
I have no poker face with that.
Or
shit.
like,
I can't.
Or like multiple people, man, that contact me and hit me. You know what I'm saying? They're like in the industry. They're like, yo, man, I do this, do that. You know, we want to get you a deal with this particular company. Okay, what's the end game? Like,
exactly.
Like, I need to know
what's the detail. What's the fine print?
They don't tell you that until you ask them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They saying they're gonna do this and do that, but until you ask them, it's like, I get.
You want to know the particulars,
right?
I get a percentage. You know what I'm saying? So the deal go through. I get this on the back end, and I'm stuck with. I might get a okay payday.
Okay.
Okay.
Before taxes.
Might. I might.
Yeah.
You get your show broadcast, distribute or whatever on this platform that have thousands or millions of viewers.
Right.
But you're going to lose the particular ownership of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going to suck you dry.
Yep.
I try not to do any behind the scenes business with anybody that has a history in the music industry.
Now that's a...
Oh, wow. All right. Very specific rule.
Yes, because you got to think that the music industry went from major labels to independent.
Yeah.
Those major labels still have businesses that need revenue. So now they are branching their shitty business practices out to other things. And I try and stay away from anybody.
Damn.
Because it's a beast, and rap artists will tell you, you know what I'm saying? They had shitty deals with TLC.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Icons with shitty deals.
I think artists are still getting put in that position.
Yeah.
Now,
do you think it's like that with sneakers though? You think Travis Scott not Travis Scott, of course he's not getting a shitty deal, but do you think it was like that?
I think this is the thing with some of the brands. And for example, if I do a collaboration with a huge brand, right, and I work with them for 3 to 4 years, right, they getting my fans, they getting all of my consumers,
yeah.
When they say, "Hey, Albert, the deal is up. We don't want to re-up," a lot of my fans is gone now. They got all of my fans. Now they partner up with someone else. So a lot of these companies sucking them dry. Yeah. They sucking them dry, man. So you don't want them to
establish some more and then.
Right. Yeah, you want to leverage yourself. You know what I'm saying? You want to leverage yourself, man.
Keep ownership.
Yeah, or even, you know what? Or you might have some cats might have to give us some ownership. But a lot of cats look at it like this. Once I get on, I'm going to buy my ownership back.
I feel you.
That don't happen in all cases.
Right.
I mean, some cats might, they might need that money right then and there. And some might feel confident, be like, it is a business at the end of the day. It's a give and take. But, you want to keep, there's something Willie the Kid mentioned, man. He was like, you don't want to give away your heart in business. For example, if you have this company like, it's the kids that you love, don't give your heart away.
Right.
But if you have something else in your back pocket that you want to give away, that's going to help both parties, do that.
Yeah.
Because you give your heart away, you're going to come out upset.
Yes.
You get a big payday. They're like, hey, we want to change this, want to change that. Nah, well, that's in the contract.
I'm going to Africa.
Yeah, we want to bring someone else in. We want you to do this. We want you to interview this guest. I don't want to, I don't want to do that. I don't really like this guest, That's
my day ring.
So you gotta,
and
in business, you gotta give them something in your back pocket, something that you don't have attachment to.
Right.
And I think a lot of people kind of, in that game, they're like, shit, man, these numbers is dope.
Yeah.
But we changing this. We got a new host. What? When?
Yeah.
It's in the contract.
The King's gonna have a white girl,
you know what I'm saying?
and
So,
light skin.
Like,
where is A&B? Oh, he's still behind the scenes.
Yeah, man. Like, what the hell is going on, man? Yeah. So they finna bring B Ratty to do the thing. So that's one thing that I really took.
They're gonna have one dark skinned dude with a bald head, a light skinned nigga.
Man.
The bald head, he gotta have a big beard.
He gotta have a beard. He gotta have a beard.
He's bald, he gotta have a big beard.
Get a Morris Chestnut. Yeah, exactly. Dude in there. You know what I'm saying? Gotta. With the beard, but put a beard on him though.
Talking about sneakers.
Yeah,
we don't believe y'all.
Man. But yeah, you can't give your heart away, man. That's one thing I'm learning in this industry, just maneuvering, man. In networking with many people.
Yep.
And I think that's something
networking is so important.
It's so important, man. I tell people this all the time. Like, social media is amazing. It can be a disease at times, but
it's amazing.
I mean, for me, coming from Middle Tennessee, where we come from, if you would have told me I'd be interviewing like the Willie Escos,
right?
Being able to just reach out,
like back in the day, you had to travel to New York or one of these big spots, but now, we could just go through social media,
right,
and set something up.
And the worst they could say is yes or no. Right. They just don't reply back to you.
And don't let that no hurt you.
Don't let that no hurt you.
No, man.
Like you gotta.
It don't take long to get over the no.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't.
It don't. If you're nervous about getting a no, it don't take long.
Don't take long.
I have 5 years in debt collection. Okay, I know all about some no.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
So you gotta say no, man. And I think like this one thing I'm realizing too is like, and I'm getting better at it. Like, hey man, if it's something you trying to reach out to, and that person is associated with that particular goal or person you trying to get in tune with, let the person know.
Just trying.
Don't be, like that's one thing I'm getting better at, because I'm like, I have this particular guest on the show, right? Okay, but you know what? I want to get in touch with the guy that he's cool with, who's on a higher tier. You know what I'm saying? Like the person agreed to get on my show for a reason.
Right.
He's vibing, connected with me.
Right.
He taking his precious time out the day
to talk with me.
Talk with me.
Right.
Chop it up.
So that you got a relationship right then and there already.
Right.
So I was like, instead of me being hesitant of, I didn't want to bother that person, fuck it.
Go right for it. Hey, I want to talk to you.
I want to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna want to work with you if they like, hey, this person got potential and this person genuine. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't on no fuck shit when he was asking me questions.
Or even if it's he's got a following.
Yeah.
Maybe I can merge my following
with him.
Like, don't feel like you being used. That's the business.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's the business. That's the thing about networking relationships,
Yeah.
Like we all was saying, man, you want to make sure you use your networking relationship that's going to help you, man.
Right.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's all about building that brand and that leverage.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I'm getting better at. It's like, okay, I got these people that I know, man. You know what? I need to reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? I need to, because they did the show for free.
Yeah.
They asked for nothing.
Right.
So it's something they really like. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be something. So that's why I tell people, man, make sure to build networking and relationships. It's so important for like young cats that want to get into whatever podcast and sneaker world. You want to network and social media is so like, man, so many DM I done hit up and got responses back. I'm like, what? Or emails? Like,
all right, so once you get that initial like response, what was a response that made you like when you read it, you know, you respond by like, all right, yeah, let's set it up, and then you put the phone down, you were like, yes,
oh man, I say, oh man, what was that one that I got? I was like, oh, DJ Grailz, it's a number, it's a lot. DJ Grailz Street though.
Oh yeah, the legendary.
Yeah. DJ Grailz
Street. Word right now.
The legendary DJ Grailz
Street, man. Persistent. I don't know if that's even a word to describe that whole nigga. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I tried to get Grailz Street for damn near a year. I hit this man up so many times. I said, he gonna respond back to me, nigga. Mm-hmm. He responded back to me like a year later.
Oh, a year.
He was like, let's do it. I'm gonna send you my number. I called him. I was like, you know what? You know, when you get the number, he's like, okay, is this really real?
Right.
So I called him. It was DJ Grailz Street. He was like, we're gonna do it on this date. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I just been busy. But he was like, you know what? I want to tap in, man. I like what you're doing. So I was like, oh, snap. I like, bet.
Yeah.
Dog, after that, I was so hyped, man.
I know.
Like, DJ Grailz Street was like, that was like the pinnacle for me, man.
Yeah.
And just what he did in the music industry, what he have done for Southern culture as a whole.
Yes.
But Grailz Street, Willie Esco, because I wore his clothing as a kid.
Right.
Willie Esco that was really dope, man. That was amazing. Him, I gotta say, man, cool. Skyzoo probably like him and Grailz Street, because I'm a huge fan of Skyzoo. Like I listen to Skyzoo. He's in my top 5 DOA, like top 5 rappers. Like in my mind, I feel like Skyzoo go bar for bar. Just he's like the Langston Hughes of rap. In my opinion, like when you hear him rap,
that's a good quote.
You visualize every line, man. And he's big into the sneaker culture. Okay. So when I got Sky, and that's been going on, I've been working on his interview nigga since, man, probably 16, 15.
Damn.
And during the pandemic was the perfect situation. And I reached out. He remembered me from the previous times. Yeah. Because he used to watch my short films. Okay. And he was like, man, let's do it. That was like, oh shit, type of moment for me. Like bucket list. Because I grew up on his music. Right. So that's dope, just some of those guests, man. Yeah, man, was like, and when I told my homies like about Sky, they're like, oh, you got Sky? Because we all like listen to Sky, like. So yeah, man, that was huge, man. Those guests. It's a lot other, because a lot of guests that I interview, I try to interview the guests that I really enjoy. Right. And I feel like they make a huge impact, but it might go unheard. Yeah. But it's someone out there that's really liking their art or whatever. Yeah. So a lot of the guests that I do interview is artists or designers or people just in the sneaker culture that I got a connection with. You know what I'm saying, through their music or through their art or whatever. Then there's some cats that I get referred to as well. Some cats I might never heard of.
That networking come in.
That networking come in. Or people reaching out to me like, yo, can I get on your show? I'm an up and coming artist. I'm like, all right, let me, I listen to their music. Yes. Check them out. I'm like, okay, I like this cat. You know what I'm saying? Let me have you on the show. Because I wanted to be genuine. I wanted to be natural. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's a lot of cats that I haven't even know, but I met. You know what I'm saying? Like my man T. Paris in Brooklyn got a shoe cleaning company. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talked originally, he didn't have one. See? The year later, he created a shoe cleaning company. See? And I had him back on the show to promote it. So, he reached out to me.
That was a good little man. Yeah. That's a good. I'm about to get my son.
Yeah, man. It's pretty, man. It's amazing, man. But I'm just blessed throughout just to have these guys, because it's like, damn, these people that I listen to or admire to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, influence your life.
Influence me on life, man. So to have them on the show, And when other people see it, like, hold on, you had this person on your show?
I'd be very impressed.
Yeah,
Right.
when y'all went through, I was like, why haven't we asked AB to be on the show?
Yeah.
But then you want people to come on, but you don't want to like interfere with what they got going.
Yeah,
I know they're
agree,
busy, and then, so it's always. I was like,
start taking his approach.
Yeah.
Like, no, hey man, I fuck with
I
you.
know. That's what I took from this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to keep messaging.
Yeah, you keep
like,
messaging, man.
yes.
You need to
I
keep-
was super excited when I got a hit back from Carlos Miller. I was like,
Yeah.
I called him. I was like, Carlos responded, and I didn't have to bug him. I was like, hey man, I see you doing a car show. Let me do the production on it.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, just send me what you got.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him some stuff. Did I hear back? I didn't. But that opportunity was there. That boost of confidence.
Boost of confidence,
And,
man.
and we gonna hit him up again, Carlos.
Yeah, go hit them up, man. You got to, man, because people see. I'm starting to realize people want to see your body of work too, and I think people now with the pandemic, they just want to be in front of a camera,
Right.
because you know they want to be in front of a camera some way somehow, and virtual.
Everybody wants to show themselves.
Everyone want to show themselves, virtual or in person. Some artists and some people don't like being in person.
Right.
They like to be in their own bubble. But hey, I'll be in front of this camera though because it's virtual. It's convenient. You know what I'm saying? So I think, man,
It's convenient.
it's convenient, man. It's convenient, man.
Bringing more people out.
It's bringing more people. Because if I was still in person, I would never interview those artists, man, from all over the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
It did. That pandemic really did take the. I don't want to say stigma, but it did make it more acceptable.
Yeah, make it more acceptable.
Like,
And-
I don't have to go through the makeup. I don't have to do nothing. All I got to do is sit this camera.
Sit this
boom,
camera.
I got you. You know?
It got you, man, and it just made me more like, okay, you know what? I could really take this, like, cause I love this. Like, I do it for love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm like, now I could really push this as a business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a brand, but business side of it, the money aspect. You know what I'm saying? So
How
I'm
much
like,
are you paying in taxes?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. So that's one thing I'm realizing now. Like, okay, all right, Albert, just make it a full fledged. You know, take
the leap.
Yeah, take a leap, man. Take the leap. So it's like, you know, that's the good thing about it, man. By me going through these trials and tribulations, helped me when it comes to the business aspect. Like, okay, I can network with this person. Now I feel so confident. I feel like if I'm in a room with someone, I could network with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could get their contact.
Once you get over that,
yeah, you get over that hump.
You're
man.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you, I will talk to anybody, and in the first 3 questions, I'm gonna ask you. So what do you do?
Yeah.
I need to know.
Before
you leave my presence.
Man.
I need to know
What
you do.
Yes. That's a good man.
I swear.
It was this one person, man, I was talking to, and he was like, man, I want to, manage y'all, and I was like, okay, sound dope, so I'm talking to him, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna conference call you with my brother and stuff like that, just to have him on the phone and stuff like that. And the first question he mentioned was, so what do you do?
Yeah.
What have you done in the industry?
Yes.
And I was like, damn, how can I didn't even think about that shit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What have you done? What do you do?
What do you do? I need to know. There's so many people.
Yes.
The guy that cut my grass the other day, he came in. I was like, so is this all you do, or what do you do? He told me, oh, I set up cameras for NASCAR, like the NASCAR events. So he goes and sets up the broadcast for NASCAR. The nigga cutting my grass. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay.
That's definitely. I need to know that.
I'm glad I know.
Like, so you can put me in touch with somebody that maybe I can get some sort of, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Something with NASCAR. Give me 30 seconds on a NASCAR broadcast. You know what I mean? Something.
NASCAR.
Let me broadcast your races through here.
Right.
We can figure this out.
Let me and Brandon come in there and do the announcing one time.
Exactly.
Let us take you into the metaverse.
Yeah, NASCAR trying to get more diverse anyway.
We can take this very far.
For real. They got that brand. I know they threw some money at Brandon Marshall. I think I am athlete, right? They start doing NASCAR segments, dog. I'm like, okay.
Let's get some drivers to design their own shoes.
Hell yeah.
Boom.
You got Denny Hamlin with Jordan. Bring Jordan in the NASCAR now.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know
That's
that.
his driver, Denny Hamlin.
Wow.
Most people don't know.
Yeah,
Most
man.
people out in our
Respect
culture, they don't know that in the center of NASCAR, not in the stands, but in the center down there, they party hard.
Oh man.
Hard.
Yeah, man.
They get down in there. It's a whole event.
Yeah.
Even at the Kentucky Derby, which has nothing to do with NASCAR, but same layout, I didn't know they partied that hard in the center of the stadium. They party hard. I seen women half naked, passed out, in the dressy, old-timey dress, titties out, hat flopped over, laying in the mud. Like, just laying in the mud. And I was just like, the fuck are you doing? You know, get your ass up. You know?
Yo, my dad used to go to Bristol.
Yeah.
He used to go to Bristol like every year, like him and his friends, man. And dog, like you talking about getting lit.
Yes.
Like it's like, you know, the tailgating.
Yeah.
It's like that on steroids from what I heard down here. Like it was like that. You know what I'm saying? You outside and stuff.
That's
you know.
See, we don't need to find that out. As a culture, we do not need to find out that we need to go to the pit in the NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR.
Oh,
the
Just
NASCAR,
imagine what that's
bro.
gonna become. Imagine what that's gonna turn into.
Man.
That's wild. That's carnage.
Hey,
With
if I was a rap artist,
it'll be a lot of rhythm involved.
if I was a rap artist, that's where my next video would be shot.
That would be
You know what I mean? We'd be in there, and I'd be in there hanging out the window of the car and everything. Hey,
For real though, like them NASCAR events is dope, man. My dad.
If we get in a NASCAR, it's gonna be a civil war because they're gonna be like, this is the last thing we got.
What's the one, Bubba Wallace?
Yeah,
that was hot.
That was enough right there.
Yeah, they was like, oh, you bring a little too much. You a little too pro-black.
That's too much seasoning.
there goes the neighbor.
There goes the neighbor. They wasn't expecting Bubba to be that pro-black like that, dog. They're like, yo.
all the Lowrys on that driveway.
Yeah, you know.
No.
Exactly, man.
Hey, bro, we started coming into the pits, man. They can't take anymore.
They can't take no more.
They can't take anymore. We replaced James Bond. They're gonna break.
So we have hit like time. I'm not trying to cut it off. We're about 2 hours, bro.
I know.
We gotta wrap.
It's been fun.
Yes,
man, it's been
I
amazing,
thank
man.
you for
Thank you,
coming,
man. Thank you,
giving your
Paco.
time.
Man.
He drove
It's
to
been
the
an honor.
studio.
Yeah.
I was like, "You want to come on via Zoom?" He's like, "No, I'm coming down." I was like,
Yeah, man.
"Bet."
It's an honor, man. Thank y'all, man, for having me once again. For real, man. Truly appreciate it, man. I love the show.
Is
Love
there a
the podcast.
schedule for Yo the Kicks?
Yeah, so at first when I started, man, I was kind of overdoing my damn self. I was doing 4 episodes a week. Like,
Why?
Nigga, Tuesday through Friday.
Wow.
I was like, why?
You
I was
were going
I was
crazy.
going crazy, man, at first. Like the first damn near 3 to 6 months, I think. It was like
Jeez.
that. It was 4 months a day, dog. So now.
Y'all get us once a week.
Dedication. You might get a WhoDat review.
Now-
Try some food.
Now it's once a week. Now I cut
Yeah.
down to once a week.
Yeah,
It's on. I prefer Tuesdays through Friday. So whatever's available for the.
Okay, well, just stay tuned. Go to
Yo,
page.
it's
Where
the
can they
Kicks.
find the page? What's the
Oh
Instagram?
yeah, at Grailz Inc. So GRAILZINC. Yes, right there. Appreciate
Yeah.
that. Thank you.
I got
Shout out
it,
to
man.
Celia for creating that for me. Yeah, they could go on Twitter as well. I'm on Facebook. You could my personal profile,
Right.
Albert Burris Jr. on Facebook, ABX with an X exclusive
Right.
on Instagram. Next show is it's on May 4th. So that's what's that, Wednesday? It's a Wednesday.
Yes, May 4th.
May 4th. It's with my homie Vic Spencer. This is going to be his 3rd time coming on the platform. Dope MC from Chicago. One of the biggest sneaker collections I ever seen in my life.
Oh wow. Okay.
Huge fan of Vic Spencer though, man.
So many more questions like
Vic
that.
Spencer's dope, man.
We're gonna have to do another one.
Yeah.
You gotta come back.
Yeah.
with all
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
man. Hey, man. I'm
Got
definitely,
you.
dog. I'm definitely coming back, man. Just let me know the day I'm here, man.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's the next show we have, man, and we working on some other guests as well. So
Good
keep
job.
that on the routes.
You definitely
But
got
yeah.
that locked in. You
Yeah.
got the guess.
Thank you, man.
They
Appreciate it.
talking about the kicks, but he got the guess.
Thank you,
Okay.
man.
He
Yeah.
just got it. So, like I said, just thank you for coming on,
Yeah.
Brandon. You wanna lead us out here in a second?
Hey, y'all need to go back to that section. I'm gonna clip it and we're gonna put it up, but make
Okay.
sure you champion yourself.
Yeah.
Give yourself some flowers. Be proud of what you have done while you are continuing to do it. I love that, and keep on reaching out to people. Don't be
Yeah.
scared to open your mouth.
All right, you don't know what God got for you, so just keep on, like, just see what happens. Turn all the doorknobs and see which door opens up. That's literally what I do when I go to events.
Yeah.
I try all the doors.
I
try all.
Where
the doors.
are you going?
Nah,
that's
about to
where are
find
you
out.
going, bro?
No, Brandon networking is top tier, dog. For real, man.
He checking doors, and I'm checking people.
For real, man.
I went to this podcast convention. I ended up getting behind backstage and talking to Charlamagne the God. I just finessed and like I talked to him a little bit from the stage to where like he recognized me and tried the doors and just kept on making my way, bumped into him again. Hey, what's up, man? And they see, I'm just standing back there. Who's gonna stop you? You already talking to Charlamagne.
Hey, man.
Who's gonna stop you now?
Hey, that and also the Dick Gregory joint. Dick Gregory, man. Got on stage with Dick Gregory. I hit you up out there. Yo, you got on stage.
Hell yeah. I was so ready.
That was dope.
I knew it. I was like, I know this part of the show.
Yeah.
He's gonna ask for some help. He said, I need someone to read. Boom!
Yeah,
I was right there. Scared the hell out of Dick Gregory. Scared the shit out of Dick Gregory. He was terrified. I had to go up and be like,
yeah, man.
Hey guys, make sure you tune in next week, Sunday at 6 o'clock. Stay tuned on the page. Announcements coming out. We got rollouts for a few things, but you'll find out as long as you stay tapped in to the page. Instagram, Facebook, all of that. You already know what to do. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure you invite somebody to see what the mothership got going on. Check out the merchandise, all of that. We got a website, another website we about to roll out for you guys. Like, just make sure you stay tapped in. But in the meantime, in between time, stay blessed. Don't stress. Life's just a test. WhoDat?
Take us out, Z.
You're now rocking with DJ.
They're not from around. It's gotta be my imagination. I think it's an invasion.